Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video. And welcome back to Chelsea being top of the Premier League table. Only match day 2. But we start as we mean to go on. And we know when Chelsea win the league, we usually like to get to the top and stay at the top. So let's hope this season is just like all the other times we win the league and we absolutely dominate and go through. But if we play anyway like we played in the last 2 games, there's no reason to think why we can't be title contenders. What a game. What a performance. Arsenal put in a pack. Mikel Arteta finally falls to the European champions at the 4th time of asking, but thank God we didn't give him 4 wins in a row. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button just the same way that Romelu Lukaku smashed up Pablo Mari for 90 minutes. Hit the subscribe button. Smash the bell notification button as well. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know how gassed you are that we have made yet another statement amongst our West London rivals. Let me know who impressed you in the game. Let me know you guys' thoughts. We are going to have a few gooners in the stream as well. Shockstar said he's going to jump on. I think Samuel's going to jump on as well. So we'll get to hear from the other side of London as well. We get to rev with their tears as well. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the likers. Why is everyone butchering Fata for, man? I like the trim. The trim looks nice, man.
Some people can't take a life today, but here is what it is. It's only Monday.
Yeah, come on, man. Put some respect on Fata's name, man. I like the trim. I rate the trim. It's a good look, man. Everyone else is taking the piss. Dickheads, man. But the same way, smash the like and subscribe button.
Dickheads, smash the like button there.
You know that was. I don't care. I'm shameless like that. And speaking of shameless, look who's popped in. Big up Kevin Fraser, as always. Super champions of Europe.
We know.
Big up all you guys. Big up yourself, Kevin Fraser, as well for the reminder. We are still running this. We are going for the next 10 months. And now we also have bragging rights all over North London yet again. So, as always, London is blue. North London is blue. Europe is blue. Everything is blue. Let's move on to it. Guys, talk to me. What's your man's thoughts on the game yesterday?
I think for the first 50 minutes, it feels like we're a bit patient of ourselves. We know what Arsenal are going to do. They're going to come at us because they want to bounce back after the defeat against Brentford. And as always, it was more to the game management by Thomas Tuchel, and he got the tactic correctly as well. That right hand side was our key to win yesterday's game. I thought Reece James, arguably one of the man of the match stand out for me alongside Lukaku, maybe Christensen as well in some way, because I thought defensively Christensen looked solid. I have no idea why people think like he's okay yesterday. So yeah, I thought Christensen looked solid, but all in all, I think we overall total, I think we were second gear. We didn't do that much to be fair in that second half, but hey, it's a 2-0 win. It could have been more. It could have been like 5, 6, 7 because they were horrendous. Igal, I have no idea why you made that picture up on Friday. I think that backfired you a lot though. So you get the karma as well. But
yeah, Igal and Elvishon, you lot dickheads. I can't lie. I'm strapping my face on top of an Arsenal shirt. Are you fucking mad? Can't be arsed, bro. But people saying I don't think anybody had an okay performance yesterday. I thought as a team, we all played really well.
Yeah.
Wait, Jester, who do you think?
Look, I'm gonna preface this by saying, if you think the way you played last season is gonna get you praise this season, I'm not having that. I'm not here for that. People need to kick on and put it in a different gear. So, here comes the hate.
Chester, you want the hate, don't you?
I do want the hate.
You live off it.
Yeah, you know, it recharges my battery. I thought.
Come on in, Shockstar.
I thought Dave started off very poorly in the game. He looked shaky. I think you can see that his legs are starting not to be there anymore. We knew that last year, but I think it's another year on his legs. And I think you could see if we had a Jules Koundé in that position. Yeah. He just brings a whole nother dimension. You don't have to worry about Reece James kicking on and playing more offensively because you have Koundé with that speed to cover up any mistakes. Well, Dave doesn't have that. He doesn't have that anymore, or if he ever did. So, I don't think he grew into the game. Had some nice moments. Look, moments don't make matches. I cannot grade you on certain moments. You have to put the whole entire thing together. I didn't think our midfield played well. I thought there was a disconnect between the defense and the offense, and you can show that with the passes where Dave and Christensen were the highest passers, completed the most passes and attempted the most passes. Why is the midfield not doing that? Kovacic, you got to bring more this year. If you don't bring more this year, you got to get out of the club. I'm tired of hearing about, oh, he's so great on the ball. You don't do anything in defense, and you don't do anything in the final third. I'm tired of hearing about it. If you don't kick on, it's a got-to-go situation. Okay?
Yo, Lewis, I'm just gonna go quickly if that's okay.
Go for it, man.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to be spiteful or anything, but I felt like you guys weren't as good as we were bad. Like, we were completely terrible. We couldn't do anything attacking wise. Our midfield just let you guys walk right past us. Our fans were dejected. They didn't even seem interested in the game. I don't know what the manager was doing. The game plan from the beginning, we played against you guys with a back four when you guys are playing with a back three, and your wing back, Reece James, had the whole right-hand side to himself. Nobody stopped him. Nobody came close to him. In my opinion, he should have been man of the match, not Lukaku. Lukaku bullied our defense, and overall performance of our team was terrible. But Chelsea, you guys look good, and it's very different. You guys have a completely different team. Lukaku is the main man. It's very scary with him and as your main striker, because he's able to bring down the ball in, pass it back to the midfield that's already so compact and so good at defending. And then they're able to pick out either wing back for the creativity. And when Hakim Ziyech comes back, he's going to be in that position also. So you're going to have Reece James and Hakim Ziyech in the same area, creating chances. It's going to be very dangerous. But yeah, man, I'll let you guys
And
go.
Igal,
we didn't play well. We didn't play well at all. We didn't
never got out
leave.
of third gear.
We didn't even leave.
Shit, you can't get out of third gear. You're not good enough to get out of third gear.
Can I ask you a serious question though? Like, Igal, like, you know, in that game, you said we didn't play good, but in all fairness, it was down to us like not finishing our chances again.
We
like,
were in second gear, Chris.
Like,
Chris,
I know, I get that, but literally Lukaku could have got 2 assists in that game. And Lukaku, that header, bullet header, and Leno could like somehow save that.
Chris, it could have been 5-0 in that first half.
Yeah, that game could have been a 5-0 whooping. They really could have.
There you go.
Which Arsenal players? Which Arsenal players?
Hey, he's already bounced. Let me finish up, because I think you're making my point in chat. You're talking about moments in the game. Okay, 1 or 2 good moments in the game does not mean you had a good match overall. And I'm talking about kicking on from last year. We saw the same thing from certain players from last year. Mason Mount. How many chances did he miss yesterday? Whether it was shooting or laying the ball off to a player that was in position to score. How many times are we going to see that?
You just said the magic words.
Can I say before Johnny goes, I think you're being a bit too harsh on him. He could have got 2 assists in that game. Like that Lukaku,
but he didn't.
Yeah, but that Lukaku header, that's a great cross to Lukaku's head, and they keep a brilliant save.
If you're going to say Mason Mount needs to be nailed on starter, I need to see his level kick up.
No, I'm not saying that either.
I want to see him take it to the next level.
Before you start this, Johnny, before you start this, I'm not going to be alone, mate. Where did the gal go? Because every time I go on the stream with a gal, he runs away from me, and he's done it again. Why does he keep running? I just want to talk to the guy.
I'm at Monster's house right now. So
I just wanted to talk to the guy, man, and then say hello and talk about. I'm back now anyway. I was away for a little while, and I come back to smoke a gal, innit? After his comments about, I see it on Twitter just before the game. We the way Chelsea play in their football style suits Arsenal. This is why we'll beat them. They got manhandled, mate. What are you talking about?
Lukaku did manhandle.
He got Lukaku. That's what he got. Yeah?
Lukaku.
I'm not having it. I'm just not having it. You know. Anyway, go on, guys. I'll let you have your Mason.
But as much as it is a London derby and that, I don't think it's a test. I think Liverpool that next game, based based on how well we do in game, we'll see how far we're gonna go in the league. Because
Yeah,
I don't
Liverpool's
feel like
the bigger
Arsenal.
test because like this one's
Yeah, I don't
straight
think
for
Arsenal
VVD in
are
the
a
split,
threat
bro. Don't worry
whatsoever.
about him.
And you know
Roll
what's
up.
crazy? You know what's crazy? It's like still don't even feel like our players mentally even took Arsenal serious. It's just that we have enough quality to play at that level and beat them. I still think in their mind they were just like, yeah, this is
bro,
Arsenal. We're gonna beat them.
Tuchel didn't even give Lukaku instructions. He said, I didn't give Lukaku too much information on how to
No, he
play
didn't.
for us. He wanted to
Yeah.
see what he could do on his own. And he was experimenting, like running in behind the striker and dropping deep to hold up play. And as soon as he started holding up and dropping a lot deeper, we started creating so much more chances. But Jester, I do want to go back to what you were saying because you were still in the middle of it. Fucking Kai Havertz, you start. Was it Mateo Kovacic, you said, which to be honest, I can understand. Other than the pre-assist, like, I didn't really see him do too much in the game, but like Arsenal didn't really threaten him too much either, except in the second half.
Yeah.
Aspi and Mount, though, I thought both of them had good performances. Like, Aspi had 2 blocks in the game, Mount had the assist for Reece James, and they had a lot of chances as well.
Yeah, a lot of chances that weren't converted. What I'm saying is we should expect a higher level from our players this year. We cannot see the same thing we saw last year. They need to kick on now.
Are you waffling again, Jester? You started waffling today.
Hey, let me finish before you blow smoke. Let me finish before you blow smoke. Let me finish before you blow smoke.
I'll smoke you, bro. What are you talking about, man?
The only thing you're going to be smoking is the bologna donut.
I don't smoke,
Don't
mate.
that
Go on, have it out. Go on.
No, look, I didn't say he was poor. I said he needs to raise his level. If you don't agree that Mason Mount needs to raise his level, I don't know what you want. You expect more from him this year, right?
On what basis, bro? I mean, we've had 2 games of the season. We've comfortably won both. He's had no pre-season. Yeah, from his outstanding season last
let's
season.
come with excuses.
Of course,
let's come with excuses.
I don't get what the problem is. Why are we arguing about Mason Mount?
All I said is I want to see more.
We beat Arsenal, man. Why
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can see more, but like I thought he still had a decent game. In all fairness, he could have got 2 assists.
He did have a very good game.
Yeah, like he did his job. He did his job.
Would have, should have.
It was a world-class save.
But Johnny, you know in that game we was kind of in our second gear most of the time.
There's 2 different opinions on this, so I say open up your minds a little bit. Let's hear what the other person's saying. Let's try and get their understanding. So, like Jesters, you've already said yours. So, Johnny, talk to me. How do you think of Mountain as Equator's performances yesterday?
Listen, I've walked in now, and you lot are coming at Mount, right? Or Jester's coming at Mount.
Oh my God!
Right? saying he's got to improve. Well, obviously, any 22-year-old's going to improve, isn't they? You know what I mean? They're not going to stay at that level the whole of their career. Mason Mount's going to elevate his level this year. But what you got to understand, is that we haven't had to rely solely on Mason Mount because we've got a striker now yesterday. We absolutely blew them out of the water. They could not handle Lukaku. They couldn't handle Mount and Havertz drifting all over the place. They were lost. They were never in the game, ever. And we didn't even get out first gear. Let's have it right. So when you say to me, I expect more from Mason Mount, of course, everyone expects more from every single player. Like that goes without saying. But why are you saying that after 2 very comfortable, easy wins, in my opinion? Yeah, and we haven't even warmed up. We haven't even started.
I fell asleep and my neck hurts.
Hey, who's got their phone? What the hell is going on, man?
That's probably that phone.
A great start, man. This is what we need to realise. It's been a great start. We've comfortably won both games, not conceded any goals. We're going to we're in good form going into the Liverpool game. The thing is, we've got to bear in mind, right? Tuchel will rotate. Yeah, Havertz and Mount started. Don't be surprised if you see someone else.
Jem, he was allowed to rest Mount. How many games last season was he allowed to do that? He couldn't do that.
Johnny, Mount didn't have I don't know why we're talking. Honestly, I don't think he had that.
He had an 8 out of 10 performance. He was our best chance creation.
No, I didn't think he had an 8 out of 10 performance.
Wait, wasn't Lukaku our best chance created actually, Johnny? Because Lukaku created some serious chances in that game. Like Mason Mount was up there, of course. Like big chances. Big chances I'm on about, Johnny.
If you look at the 2 chances that Mount created, was the Lukaku amazing save, right? Which was a beautiful ball to Lukaku. Pinpoint position on his head.
Lukaku called for as well,
And Lukaku at the end of the day, he couldn't believe it didn't go in. I couldn't believe it didn't go in.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
And then that would have been his second assist. And the first assist, just lovely little open play dink to Reece James, and he banged it in. Do you know what I mean? Like that killed the game. That goal, that assist, and that goal killed the game. There was no way Arsenal 2-0 were getting back into that game. So when you say to me, "Oh, Mount's got to improve in this," that he did all he had to do in that game. And funny enough, Havertz and Mount, they both were just coasting. It was Lukaku's. It was because they were so scared of Lukaku and how well he held up the ball that they couldn't track Havertz and Mount. It was impossible for them to do it because they love to ghost and drift in either side of each other. And the link up with Alonso and James was just fantastic. Aspie had a decent game. Why are you coming at Aspie for? Why is
Aspie had a good
I
game.
thought Reece
decent
James
game,
was a bit more suspect with his defending in the first half.
Well, that penalty, it was the penalty.
He got caught a couple.
It's only one moment, Jem, to be fair. But
no, but it's not. What I'm trying to get is it's not criticism. Like he hasn't been playing games.
No, he hasn't. Like, exactly, Jem. That's the point with Mount as well. They haven't really had a pre-season. Chilwell hasn't even had a sniff because he hasn't had any pre-season. He's got to be eased in very, very carefully, because Alonso's doing well. I think Chilwell. I see Chilwell playing against Liverpool.
It's Chilwell, man. Why is Alonso?
You reckon?
Yeah, I think he's got to play Chilwell. Alonso
I agree. He better play Chilwell.
They're playing Highline,
And also, I will say this with Chelsea, from yesterday's performance, I know it's Arsenal, but they've been our bogey side last season.
True, yeah.
And we always seem to not turn up or we play poor. Every time we were going forward, we looked like we were threatening, we were going to do something. I haven't seen us play like that since we've had like a Costa and Drogba. And the difference between the Crystal Palace game and this game was massive. And it is all down to Lukaku, but there's not you don't have to be pinpoint precision with your passing in the final third. Because Lukaku creates so much space and holds up the ball, allowing Mount and Havertz. And if you notice, Kovacic and Jorginho, every time they got the ball, their first thought is, where's Lukaku? He's our focal point. We pass it to him, we break the press, and then Lukaku holds the ball, and then we can kick on from there. That's going to be the difference this season. I personally think I've seen enough from yesterday. We haven't even started that we will go and win this Premiership title. I think we look too complete right now, and we haven't even gelled. Not everyone's gelled properly, but honestly, I really think we are real deal this season. We are real deal. We're not mucking around. And I think we will go to the Kop and we'll go and beat Liverpool. Liverpool played Norwich and Burnley. Two poor sides. They Burnley, they had a couple of really good chances and they didn't put them away. I think against us, different animal, Van Dijk is getting bodied by Lukaku. He ain't going to have the pace that he had before. And Lukaku he's just so good at holding and turning. I'm so impressed with Lukaku. I really am, man.
You know what? It's going to be a good battle between Van Dijk and Lukaku. They are like both physical.
Yeah, only one game.
Yeah, I know.
Johnny, I told you so, Johnny. I told you so, Johnny.
It's not that you told me so. It's like we all know Lukaku's a top striker. But Souness, no one likes Souness. I rate a lot what Souness says. And he made a very good point. He said there's only 3 strikers in Europe. That's Haaland, Kane, and Lukaku. Haaland, you don't know how he's going to settle in a Premiership. I think he'll bang regardless, but argument's sake, he's not played Premiership. Kane has got an ankle issue. He's going to get injured. Lukaku, absolute, complete, ticks every box in every department. And he fits the profile of what Chelsea needed. I mean, Haaland did as well, but with Lukaku, he's like, you can see.
And I think Lukaku's more of a leader than Kane.
He's so Chelsea.
Yeah, he loves
That's
it.
the one way to describe.
I actually thought he was going to cry at one point when he scored because he had his hands like a Chalobah.
He did.
Like it looked like it meant something to him
Lewis,
as well. Like
we need a new song from him though.
What?
Yeah, I need a new song. That was just like Romelu. Remember?
They've made the
I'll be real. The simpler chant was better than the long one they tried to make for him. Some random account tried to put a Lukaku chant out.
The We Are the Shed account. That was We Are the Shed though.
But do you agree, guys? That do you feel that same like energy that I've got in the sense that like we haven't even got even when Kante came on, you could see like the level Kante's at. You know what I mean? He just looks.
Yeah, we've got depth for days in the squad.
Yeah. Except for the midfield, we don't have depth in midfield.
Oh midfield. We still need a DM.
We have to buy a midfielder because of Gilmore, and I'll say it and I'll keep saying it until we buy someone. Gilmore is always going to come in the conversation throughout the season if we don't sign anyone. We have to sign someone. It looks like we're going for Koundé first. And
I
would love Chirmene though. Chirmene will be
guys, we're not going to sign a midfielder. What I've read today, is that we're going to be keeping Ampadu and Loftus-Cheek as a spare midfielder.
Really?
And if need be, Chalobah will play there as well.
Can I say something about Ampadu? Like, I don't think Ampadu would be good enough for Chelsea as well. Like, I can't see an Ampadu yet. I don't know how he's at 20, right? 21.
He might play Chalobah.
I think I'd rather see Chalobah as DM as well. Like Ampadu, I don't know what is with Ampadu, but like he doesn't seem to like get into teams properly or even his country. He just can't get into it. So I can't see Ampadu playing.
Why do you think Trevor Chalobah, who's never played DM in the Premier League for Chelsea Football Club, can suddenly come in and play?
Him and James have played it in youth. They have played that position.
Yeah, that's his natural position, Jester. It's DM, and then he.
Did you not just hear what I said?
I know what you said. Premier League. You said Premier League, but like he never played centre back in Premier League until now, though, and he did really well.
And centre back is an easier position for him to play on the right side of a 3 than to play as a holding DM.
Yeah, but you can see he can obviously shoot and pass though as well. He can shoot and pass.
Tuchel said he tried him as a DM though. He said in training.
Like he said, not yet. If you actually listen to what Tuchel said, is he has to be a right-sided center back before he'll even consider playing him as a DM. You're asking somebody to come in their first Premier League season and play 2 different positions, master 2 different positions. No coach does that.
That's
okay, so
I'm not saying come and DM a lot.
We should have kept Gilmore. End of discussion, mate. End of discussion.
Gilmore wanted starter minutes.
Why? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Because he wanted starters minutes.
Yeah, I can see you smiling at me, you know. I can see you smiling at me, you know that.
Look at the starters' minutes you're getting now. Losing 5-0, getting 3-0 battering.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Show, we won the game, but we are going with each other.
Listen, I love it really. I love it really.
You know what? Though? I didn't come on. No positivity from a great result, yeah, and it is a great result.
Look, that's fine. But if you say, well, do you think it was a perfect result? Do you think everybody played perfect? It's not a perfect result. It was a perfect game. It's not perfect.
I mean, it's still the start. I don't understand what you're complaining about. Look, listen, guys. Sorry to cut you lot off in it. Like, I'm just gonna give you lot your flowers in it. It was a good performance. You lot actually clapped the cheeks out of Arsenal disgustingly in it. It was a convincing win. We was poor. I was quite optimistic going into. Nah, it's actually not, bro. Like Johnny, you know me, innit? I'm a realistic Arsenal fan, innit? I never ever gas up the club more than it needs to ever be gassed up, innit? Like our club is shit. It's in a mad situation, and it's downward spiraling every fucking season. Like we're seeing it. I think the only things that we could hold on to in the past was the fact that we won the FA Cup and that we had a couple of Chelsea victories and a Man United.
But I don't get your fan base, Joe. I don't
Neither do I, my brother.
I don't understand why everyone is like, get Arteta out, when the real problem is your owners, bro. That's the problem.
Facts only.
And
look, guys,
this owner thing is how much money has Mikel Arteta spent in 2 years? 207 million pounds. 200
How many players has he bought?
That's not the owner's money. That's not the owner's money, though. That's what the club generates and what he's
No. I don't understand why you think the owner should come dip into his pocket to put money out. That's not how a business. That's not how a business runs.
Let me answer that question, my friend. Right? Okay, then. If your business is downward spiraling and it's no longer making the money and it needs reinvestment to actually make the club back to a stature or your business model back to the way it was performing at its highest peak, then what you have to do is you have to invest into this club with your own money. You can then take the money back off the profits that are skimming, being generated in the future for the next 10 years. That guy could put 100 million in and say, okay, Arsenal, for the next 10 years, just pay me 10 million out of the transfer budget, because now you've got a structure and a team that could possibly generate and get into the Champions League, possibly win the trophy and get you back the money. That's what an investor does. That's what a proper owner would do. When Abramovich first walked into Chelsea, tell me, did he not put loads of his own money?
That was before FFP. That was
right. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
There's no FFP.
He did invest the money. He invested money into our youth, our squad, and everything. He saved Chelsea.
I don't understand why people don't understand this. You cannot spend your owner cannot put in an exorbitant amount of money anymore. You'll violate FFP
because he doesn't.
Not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. I think Joe was on about way back when he started. When he started at Chelsea, he saved Chelsea, and he obviously invested into our youth, our squad. We bought players, and we won Premier Leagues with it, and that's what Roman did. And now it's like on its own. We sell our youth players. We make our own money now, and that's all thanks to Roman.
That's called a good infrastructure. That's what that's called. Right now, there's no FFP. It's all been relaxed. Why do you think Man City can just walk out and go and buy Jack Grealish for 100 million? This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Right now, if he wanted to fix that squad, he definitely could. He could actually sponsor all of the grounds, the training ground, the youth. He could put his own sponsorship on the front of the shirt in order to allow it to then pump more money into the club. He doesn't. He actually does not. And it's all visible there. Hence the reason why you Chelsea fans could actually have a panel of this and come to me and then say your club is shit. And I can honestly just say, I know. That's it. I can't defend it.
Yeah, but this is not.
Just before you go, S. Featley saying first time in Arsenal's history that we scored 0 points and 0 goals in our first two games. Get this Arteta fraud out now. Also, congrats to Chelsea. Big up Lewis. Big up yourself, Featley. But it is also just the entire club in general. Radiso Carlo also says Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Saul Loan, or Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Purdue as centre mid. Probably in that order. Yeah, probably in that order. No, Tchouaméni probably goes in first. Yeah. I don't think it's like Tchouaméni. Other than that, I think that
get this Adidas guy out.
But big up yourself anyway. So, bro, what were you saying?
The problem at Arsenal goes back 10 years, goes back a decade, because they bought poorly. They bought players, put them on huge salaries, and then when you're supposed to sell those players on to bring that money in to offset spend. Well, Arsenal haven't been able to do that. They've been giving away players for free almost to get them off the books. So you have nothing coming in. Comparatively, Chelsea has sold over £100 million worth of players this summer.
Good. Yeah.
We paid for Lukaku. That's done. That's paid for. So it cost us. We had a zero net spend.
We're still having that profit though. Still having that profit still.
Yeah, we have our net spend is 1.5 million this season. 1.5.
We shouldn't look into net spend that hard though.
And we've obviously got a lower net spend than Man United and Manchester City. And look at our last two transfer windows. That tells you all you need to know about how our club is run as a business and by the board. Arsenal don't have that. They don't have that. Ever since Ivan Gazidis and Wenger have left. Everything inside, behind the scenes, the whole structure's collapsed. And the owners that have come in, yes, they bought the club, but they haven't got an interest. It's like the Glazers, bro. The Glazers are taking money out, left, right, and centre. Yeah, United bought Sancho. No, it's not about blaming America. It's about blaming
He's joking.
owners. Yeah.
Look,
it is. It's the owners at the end of the day. You can scream all you want at Arteta, and you can scream at Ole, right? And yes,
Arteta ain't that good.
They're not the complete finished article managers. They're still kind of learning on the job, especially Arteta. But you look at what Ole's done, and he's had time. He is improving Manchester United, whether you like it or not. I think Arteta, if he's backed, like properly backed, then he will. But Arsenal have got too many areas in their team that need to be fixed. And you can't do that all in one window. You can't even do it in two windows.
You can't do it with a manager that's never ever managed before, bro. It's what I'm trying to say. These type of risks you do not take with a multi-billionaire company. And not multi-billion company, but I'm sorry, you don't. None of you lot would, if you lot had a newborn baby, right, and then there was a person that's never ever babysat a baby in their life, you would not put it in charge of your baby. You would not put them in charge of your baby. I don't understand why the hell this guy is here in the first place. I don't know why you can't see that it's not actually working with him at the moment, with the players that he has.
I think he was employed at that time because you needed major surgery, and there weren't many managers. Like if you look at a Conte, for example, he's a manager that needs to be backed. He wants money in the kitty for him to go and spend to play the way he wants to play. Arsenal ain't going to offer a manager like that. Now, apart from
Thierry Henry, though.
Yeah, but Henry's not experienced enough
It's
to
still not good
manage.
enough to get outside
Right,
this rut.
so Arteta, who's learned off arguably the best manager, he ain't at the minute because Tuchel is, but he's learned off Pep Guardiola, yeah? And Arsenal are sort of praying that he can bring what he knows with the way Guardiola plays and bring that philosophy to Arsenal. Now, bringing a philosophy to a club, it takes time. It's very difficult, especially if you ain't got the players. But your defence, mate, your defence has been piss poor for about 8-9 seasons.
Why are we talking about Arsenal on the Chelsea channel?
Well, because he's an Arsenal fan. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, you know what?
I gotta be a Chelsea channel. I mean, we're talking about trying to fix Arsenal. Look,
you are right. And I literally
positive shit about Arsenal. Well, it's not.
No. You know what it is? I literally I promised Lewis that I will come on his channel, win, lose, or draw, innit? And I would.
No, I understand that.
Big up your shots, though. Yeah.
So I'm just giving you like your flowers, like well done, congratulations, like you lot won the North London derby on the day. You smashed us. Just thank you for not fucking up our trophies. Sorry, our statues and that, like, and yeah, man, like. So,
we did. You haven't seen the pictures, have you? You haven't seen the pictures, have you?
What? Did you not do something to the statues?
Not do something.
Well, we did some decoration with your candle.
I'm out, innit? I'm gonna go check this shit out, yeah? Fuck you, man, innit? Nah, but I was only passing through, innit? I just wanted to give you, man, your flowers. Big up all of you, man, and Arteta. Thank you very much for having me on.
I appreciate you jumping on everything, guys. Shockstar, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, literally, I'm on the First 11. We do an Arsenal show on there. You can catch me on the Gal stream. I'm on Sarcasm City tonight. Gunners Talk. You lot probably love that shit there. In fact, Lewis, I'm going to shout you anyway. Still, if you want. If you want to me twice. All right, say nothing. Yeah. So literally, and on my at handle on Twitter is in the my screen name there, in it. So, guys, man, thank you very much for giving me a little chat and all of that, man.
Bless
big up yourself.
Let's big up there.
Go on, Jess. What are you going to say?
Look, everybody's like, "Oh, why are you so negative?" Watch the same chat. The first time we have a bad result, we'll be like, "Oh, why'd we do that? Oh, this is so horrible." The same people that are like, "Why are you saying we just have a brilliant win? Why are you saying all this negative stuff?" Are going to be in the chat saying, "Well, why'd we do this? And this person played poorly." Wait for the first bad result. Chat is going to be night and day from what it is now. And when I told you right now, we did not play as well as you thought we played. We didn't.
I'm
not going to complain about it. We didn't leave second gear.
That's a good thing, Jester. I'll tell you why it's a good thing. Because when you're challenged for a title, and the signs of champions are when they don't play at their best or they're not on form and they're winning games and winning comfortably, that is when you are ready to compete for the title. That's why I say yesterday, Arsenal are a dead team. They came with energy at the start. They had some moments. You've got to give them a bit of respect. They did come in some moments, and the penalty could have been a penalty.
Johnny, we had one good moment. The Rob Holding header, that was it. We didn't. I was in the ground yesterday, sitting there. We did nothing the whole game. Right?
Yeah, but you had an energy, bro. That's what I'm saying. You got up for it as much as you could with what you had. You were toothless anyway.
Bro, if you still on the ground, okay, we're on the ground. Every time we had a chance to go forwards and attack, we passed it backwards. We're going backwards, all right? I'll say it now, Chelsea weren't the best yesterday. They weren't the best, and they still bullied us yesterday. It was men against boys. We were humbled.
Yeah, that's sign of champions. That's my point. That's the sign of champions. When you
if you look at Liverpool, how Liverpool won the Premier League last time,
no, can I ask you a question?
They didn't win by more than 2 goals.
Hold on, Chris. Can I ask you a question seriously? Like, how on earth you gave Lukaku so much time in that final third, though? How on earth did that happen? It could have been like 5-0 up.
They had no choice, Fata. They couldn't deal with him. They just couldn't deal with him. He was unplayable.
We've got a deadwood defense, right? Those, I say, 6 or 7 players, at least 7 players, or 7 players on this team shouldn't be here. If we were serious about our rebuild. If this was Chelsea, I'll say, in our squad, I'll say 15 new players will not be here if this was Chelsea. They would have been gone years ago, all right? Rob Holding, if he was signed for Chelsea, he would be gone within 6 months. He would have been gone within 6 months. All right? That's the difference between the two clubs. Chelsea have ambition, and Chelsea know what they're doing. They got footballing minds in their club. Listen, Marina knows her shit. Roman knows what he's doing. What we've got is Edu. Listen, I see fans today on the ground yesterday. That's what I do. I saw fans going up to him, and then Arsenal saying, "No, it's a disgrace, disgrace." Bro, look what every other fan base is doing. Look what Chelsea did in the Super League protest. We got up to the manager when Edu is secure, right? The security around them is saying, "No, it's wrong." Come on, man, grow a pair.
Hey, Samuel, I got you a question. How's the process anyway with Arteta?
Listen, this process is dead. There's no process to begin with.
I remember those words you said. Trust the process.
No chance in hell this guy deserves
that. No, but did you back him?
At the beginning, I did. I said, "Listen, this new guy's coming. Let's give him a chance." Every single manager, no matter who you are, gets a chance. No matter who you are.
So why do you
think? Get a chance, and
what
it.
Manager? Because you ain't going to get like a Conte. So what manager do you have in mind that's going to make a difference better than Arteta? Tell me a manager.
So Johnny, listen, in the stadium, we were sat by Gary Neville. Gary Neville turned around to us and say, this Arsenal hasn't changed. Gary Neville actually turned down to.
Yeah, but that's the mentality of the club. That goes.
Exactly,
that goes beyond the players.
We need
a massive. The club.
Listen, it starts from the top. All right. Listen, Chelsea's culture before. You were a different club. Chelsea, when the club they came from the top with Romelu Lukaku, but he changed the entire culture of Chelsea FC. A new entity. That culture was he installed a new culture, and that culture was winning. Right? We ain't got Owen last week. The American brother on top of me knows Stan Kroenke, right? He bought the Rams. They were the worst team in the NFL for like 15 years, 16 years, and that's his prized possession. They were crap. And listen, he's getting sued for $1 billion now, Stan Kroenke. It's just how effed up he is. But as from top to bottom, right? Listen, let's hope he's going to take money out of the club, but it is what it is. But what I'm saying is the court needs to change on top, and it's never going to happen. We've been waiting 15 years. Mikel Arteta said patience yesterday. We've been patient for 15 years. Listen, Arsenal fans are fed up.
That's not Arteta.
Johnny, you're lagging.
No, you're lagging, bro.
That's not Arteta's
Johnny, I gotta say, Samuel, you're pretty patient. The best trophy you've seen Arsenal lift is probably an FA Cup, like live.
Listen, Johnny. I mean, what was it, Chris? It is. We're a joke, right? And Chelsea, listen, Chelsea. I think you, man, are better than Man City, in my eyes. When do you? I think you play Man City in a couple. Liverpool next week, ain't it?
We play Liverpool next week, and we got Man City next month.
And I'm to tell you right now, if we play the same way we played against Arsenal, we won't beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not how it works though. Like every game's gonna feel different anyway.
Liverpool's gonna have a much bigger threat than anything we'd expect.
But Jester, can I say, have you been watching Liverpool? Because in the Norwich game, they wasn't brilliant. In the Burnley game, they wasn't brilliant. Burnley had chances.
They're still playing at Anfield in front of their crowd.
We got the same goal. We got the same goal difference, and we played better teams.
So I've got to say, because obviously I'm listening to you guys.
You can say the same for them.
Big up Myron. Just before you go away, big up Myron saying Jester needs another bowl of Cheerios this morning. Big ups, man.
Cheerios.
Smile.
We
make
Cheerios.
Arsenal look like Crystal Palace. Cheerios. It's like cereal. I don't know if they sell it in the US.
No, I know what Cheerios are. I haven't eaten Cheerios since I was a baby.
Oh, okay. I thought they didn't sell them in the US. Fair enough. Wayne, what were you saying, bro?
Right. Also, I've kept quiet and listening, but I watched the game separately with my dad yesterday, and both of us looked at each other and said exactly the same thing. The performance yesterday was what we had to do against a underwhelming Arsenal side that didn't look threatening and didn't have a inch of being who they used to be. But we didn't play as we won, and we did what we had to do. But just as pointed at it, some players didn't play up to par. I don't think Kosovic was a good player in the midfield. I think he's very slack. I didn't think he helped Gino in what he should have done. I think Reece James defensively was very poor. I think attacking wise he was brilliant, but defensively, if we faced a Liverpool and he did that, I think Robinson will have a field day. So we're going to be positive and negative, but if we do play like that against Liverpool, we will lose. But the thing is, what Tuchel's done against the bigger size, and the teams are
more should beat us, he pulls the results out. How he manages the side is to different games. So we've got to look at it more positively, but we've got to be realistic as well, because look, Mount, in my opinion, and I'm not drinking at Johnny, and Johnny knows this, but Mount, from my opinion, the last 2 games has done nothing what he can do.
Wow.
And that's because he's got set such a high standard for himself. He hasn't reached that. That's probably because he's still trying in it, like he said, still in his pre-season. So he probably won't hit that for a while. But we can't be Chelsea fans and expect him to hit it straight away. If we do, then we're hypocritical. We wouldn't do it to any other player. Why are we doing it just singling out one player? So we've got to be more realistic as a fan base. And like Arsenal, in my opinion, while I was watching the game yesterday, it reminded me in December when Lampard and Arteta played each other, and Lampard had no idea what to do. And look what happened after that. He got sacked. And I think the same thing is happening with Arteta. I think he didn't know what to do, and he's going to be sacked. In the next couple of weeks, he's going to be gone. I think Graham Potter should be a good manager come in for them. Yeah. I think he'll do good and settle the side up.
I think Graham Potter has a better squad right now than Arsenal.
Listen, Wayne, what I heard is if we sack him, we're going to get apparently Roberto Martinez. That's how dusted we are. Roberto Martinez.
No, Graham Potter's a very good manager, man.
He is.
No,
Very
but
good
that's why.
philosophy as well. Good
No,
philosophy.
but that's why I'm saying it's disrespectful, because Graham Potter is doing an incredible job at Brighton with less players. Let's not make two mistakes about it. Arsenal have a better squad than
Imagine
Brighton.
him with Aubameyang and
Graham, you can say whatever you want, but be objective on this.
Johnny, there's no guarantee that Aubameyang will be here by next week on the deadline day.
Yeah.
If an offer comes in, he might go.
Who?
You're paying.
Aubameyang.
Who's going to pay his wage? Can you tell me?
God knows, probably some team in the MLS, or there's a lot of teams out there. I think.
Yeah, if it's a team like that, maybe. But that's the only way
He's just a money merchant, isn't he? He's a money merchant.
Listen, so I believe some team from the Saudi League will put an offer about. A team from the Saudi League will put an offer in. As for Chelsea, you know what? I think it's a deadline day in a week. Do you guys see bring anyone in within the next week? Like Tuchemi, anyone else?
Kunde's the next one.
I mean, to be fair,
we need a DM more.
We're gone. To be fair, I did send a tweet to Luis about the Fabrizio Romano last night. He said about Chelsea are in direct contact with Sevilla for Jules Koundé deal. Talks are ongoing. New bit coming soon from Chelsea, as they know. Sevilla won't sell Koundé on the final day of the window. Timing will be the key. That's literally yesterday's during the before the game.
Yeah,
before
we know that they're in talks and everything like that. It's just as soon as they can get a bid accepted, then we know there's been a development. Until then, there's not really any changes in the Koundé situation. We're just sitting there waiting.
Zappacosta's gone today.
Ugbo's gone too.
And he got Zuma is ongoing, but very positive. The West Ham deal will be done. So I think we'll get a deal. I think the deal will be done soon, but I think it all depends on Zuma. If Zuma leaves, then it'll be it.
Sorry to interrupt, if you look at Inter Milan, right, almost every player on that squad is for sale. If I was to go for like Stefan De Vrij or Milan Skriniar, because I think De Vrij is available for around £30 million, or even Skriniar for 40 million. So I'm not sure why Chelsea haven't gone in from anyone from Inter Milan.
Who, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Inter Milan, what? Because I don't think that
just because players are available. Sorry,
were originally reporting a few weeks ago. Because I know there was reports saying everyone at Inter Milan's a sell, but I feel like that was a bit of a reach. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's just every player at Inter Milan has a price tag. If someone activates that price tag, there's a chance that they would sell. It's the same thing I said with Lukaku for the last 3 months. So it's like, even though he says he wants to stay, even though Inter Milan say they want to keep him, you put a price tag on that they like, they will accept. That's just the same situation it's always been. Big up Myron as well, saying Mount was rusty, but still bald. It's not that deep. I don't think anyone's outright criticizing Mason Mount as saying he's a poor player or anything. They're just saying maybe the performances weren't really as good as people made it out to be. But that doesn't mean he was terrible. I don't think anybody was terrible.
Nobody said. No, I just look.
Do you honestly think? Go on.
Thomas Tuchel said after the match, they were like, they're praising Chelsea, and he said, there were still some things. It wasn't perfect. There were still some things to be worked on. There was times in the match that there was huge space between our defense and our attack, where the midfield was non-existent.
Yeah,
and
you've got to respect that it's the first time that the team has played with a striker like Lukaku. And
that has nothing to do with the midfield.
Yes, it is.
That has nothing to do.
I don't think our midfield was completely shocking though. Like the first goal happened because of Kovacic. In all fairness, like he's the one who passed to Reece James, and that got into like Lukaku. So Kovacic did. He had off moments, but like, and then
it's pointing out.
Go on.
It's pointing out that if you think because we beat Arsenal, we should be happy and joyful and not look at the ways we can improve our team, then that's fine. You're a pure fan. My job on different channels is to look and see the things that we did not do well and point those out as well. Because if you think that a performance like this is going to be good enough against your Man Cities and your Liverpools, you have another thing coming.
Yeah, but your opponent raises your game. Your opponent and the type of opponent you play raises your game. When you go into Liverpool next week, it's a whole different level we're going to be playing. It will automatically. Chelsea know, the players know what team Liverpool are. They went last year and they beat them at the Kop with Mason Mount's wonderful goal. They know what it takes to win there. And they'll go there and they'll win. And they got a bit of a psychological edge, which is great. Right? But Liverpool are not the same team that they were when they won the league. Let's have it right. They're nowhere near that.
Can I say something about Liverpool and Man City quickly? Man City, for starters, in their first game they lost to Tottenham. Not good, right? Not good for Man City. And Liverpool, they actually struggled against Burnley massively. They was lucky not actually conceding that game. So, like, they're not exactly being amazing themselves either. So it's not like we have to be worried like that. Like, of course, it's going to be a tough game. I know Liverpool and Chelsea, that's not going to be no easy walk in the park. Like, the three challenges for me is probably Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea this season. So I do understand your point, Jester, but like
they're up there.
But City have actually struggled this season a little bit already.
United, I'm still not sure.
United finished fifth. Johnny, wait, you said that Liverpool last season. This is a new season. It's a different Liverpool because only from what I'm seeing from Liverpool, I think they're more solid defensively because getting Van Dijk back. Listen, it gives them an extra edge. And last season, Liverpool were okay. They weren't good, but they were okay, and they managed to get up.
Of course.
So it's a different Liverpool team.
Van Dijk adds a level and a world-class level to their back line. That goes without saying. But Van Dijk against Lukaku, don't be surprised because Van Dijk he's missed a whole season. And to come against a player like Lukaku, don't think that, he's just going to rely purely on his experience and his positional knowledge. He has got to be absolutely, he's got to have a 10 out of 10 performance to stop Lukaku. And that's how good Lukaku will play. That's how good he is. Whether you like it or not, I think Van Dijk is probably the only defender on his day that maybe can deal with Lukaku. Every other defender in every other team, they ain't be able to deal with Lukaku.
I think Liverpool will be the perfect game to see a Werner Lukaku partnership because, like you said, Van Dijk is going to have to be on Lukaku.
He's lost pace
most
as
of
well,
the match.
He's lost pace. He ain't got the same.
Yeah,
pace.
but him and Matip are going to be a very good partnership together. It's
better than the one that we just faced. Let's just say that. And let's just all agree that partnership is better than the one we faced at Arsenal yesterday.
Yeah, but Lukaku's played against Italian defences who are very, very stubborn and tough, all right, and very, very, very good with their positional play. Very experienced, intelligent. Now, Van Dijk is like that. Van Dijk is very good, and he had pace with it. But I don't think he's got as much pace as he did before the injury. So you've got to bear that in mind. And I think if you've got a Werner and a Mount playing off Lukaku, that's going to be very, very, very worrying for Liverpool.
Why would it be Werner and Mount?
Yeah, I was thinking more like Werner, Havertz, and Lukaku.
Yeah, I was thinking Havertz.
Yo, guys, Lewis is trying to talk.
See, right here is what I'm talking about.
I think I've seen Mason Mount because he will actually drop him in midfield.
Kai Havertz dropped deeper than Mason Mount in that game yesterday. Did you not watch it?
I watched it. Yeah, I have
He
Sky
was the one
Sports.
building up play.
But where was Mason
Just
Mount
here.
to play the assist, bro? Where was he? He was there in the right position. Like
I didn't say he wasn't.
I
both-
think
they both
one or
switched.
two
The
choices would be good
idea
anyway.
that only Mason Mount drops deep is not true.
No.
Man said
Havertz
he
has
had
always
to
got
play
a little
Republican.
drifter. But that's what I'm saying. In this striker with Lukaku, Havertz is playing different, and so is Mount essentially. They're both switching. One goes forward, one kicks back a bit, but we weren't doing that before. It was always Mount digging in and Werner up top, and then you might have a Havertz up there. You know what I mean? It's a different way of playing with Lukaku.
All right, guys. Let Lewis read the
Just gotta go
super
through
chats.
the super
Yeah.
chats quickly.
Thank you.
Declared saying still waiting for your praises, Jester, you sexy cat. Praise on the game. Yeah, we'll get to that in a quick set. O'Break also saying Jester, the panel said we played second gear in our second game. Yeah, but we're still coming back from preseason anyway. Players are still slowly getting up to 100%. We expect that from most teams in the Premier League anyway. I don't think every team's going to be in first gear until about maybe midway through September. Maybe when the players are back from international break, they should all be fully fit by then. That's when I'd expect to see everyone to be at 100%. Artem also says, saw one thing I didn't like yesterday. In the first half, in times, we had a ton of space open for Arsenal to run at. Thankfully, they passed back too much. Yeah, Arsenal, to be fair, they did look dangerous on the transition. And they did try to counter-attack at pace. It was just, they seemed a bit...
I had no idea, right?
Lewis, you can't criticize. We were perfect yesterday. Why are you criticizing? There could have been space. We had a perfect game.
No.
Everybody played brilliantly. Well, you can't say that.
No one said we had a perfect game, though.
Can I chime in here,
No,
guys?
'cause, like, you could have a perfect game and like you've said as well, you could have a perfect game and still like have one phase or two phases where things go wrong. And we were in control despite the fact that Arsenal looked dangerous in the transition. Every time Martinelli tried to go on a run, it was either Rudiger or Christensen to get at him. Rudiger and Azpilicueta had amazing blocks throughout the match, and Arsenal, to their extent as well, just didn't look like they had a lot of creativity in that side.
Listen, Lewis, I'm gonna say Croatia thing, yeah. What I think Chelsea are gonna do this season, I think you'll win the league and just win a League Cup for it. So yeah, either a League Cup or FA Cup this season. I see you going to the Champions League semi-final or quarter-final of this season, but I think Lukaku will win the Golden Boot this year. I think you're better than the City 1-1, and the previous head-to-head showed that you're better than Man City. As for us,
you say we'll win the league?
Yeah, I think you'll win the league. I think you're better than the City, and the previous head-to-heads have shown that. As for us, we're just dead. Big up, thanks, Simon Lewis. Yeah, big up to you.
Yeah, bless, bro. Take care of yourself, man.
I'm going to say this again. I am happy I'm happy we won. I was on reaction videos yesterday. You can go back and watch. Happy we won. It doesn't mean that everybody played up to my expectations. Maybe my expectations of players. I don't know who has the background noise, but they got to stop.
Yeah, I hear that too. It's like background noise from I don't know.
There we go. There we go. So all I'm saying is maybe I have higher expectations for our players than maybe some other people do. Maybe just winning is good enough for some people. My expectation is for us to be a legendary team this year because there's enough talent on this team that we should be at the legendary status. There is enough talent on this team where we should be up there with the Invincibles, with the treble-winning team from Man United. We should be in the same breath. There is that talent on this team. And so if I don't see people living up to that talent, I'm going to call them on it. I don't care which player it is. I don't care if it's Pulisic. I don't care who it is. If you're not playing to that level this year, questions need to be asked.
Wait, can
you know what?
Can I ask this real quick, by the way, about this Invincible stuff? First of all, if you actually know the Invincibles, not Invincibles, the treble-winning team. They won Premier League titles before they became Premier League team. They had the experience. They were all, when they won that treble, they were all experienced players around that point. They were a lot older than our squad right now, than the players of talent that we have right now. So you expecting this invincible team for them to perform right now? Maybe in 5 years' time, and we win a Premier League, and maybe in 5 years' time. But right now, to expect them to perform to that level, it won't work. I'm sorry.
It
like,
takes time. Yeah,
you're gonna be disappointed, man. You're gonna be disappointed. It is what it is. You're gonna be disappointed, man.
Can I just add?
I guess nobody just heard a word I just said. I said with the talent on this team. I didn't say because they're so experienced playing together. I said with the talent on this team, we should be up there with those teams.
I agree.
But what Kaz is saying, not yet with this team. Maybe they need a bit more experience with.
We just won the Champions League.
I know we won the Champions League. Can I say, Jester, we won the Champions League in 2012, and we weren't that team invincibles and treble winning with that team either.
There's more talent on this team through the squad.
No, but this is the thing, guys. Like, this is what continues to happen at our club: is that we win a Champions League, and we suddenly think we're like, there's some fans that will think, we're ready and primed. We're not ready and primed. It's very clear to see, guys. There are still issues to sort out in this team.
Absolutely
I
right.
think there's nothing wrong with what Jester is saying in terms of criticizing individual performances and wanting better from them. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I, however, do think it needs to be aligned with a bit of realism. And that's not to say that you don't do this always, my friend, because I didn't hear what you said at all. So like this is just based on what the chat is going off. What I can say is that watching yesterday's game, personally, I thought I just wanted us to get the result. I didn't care about the way we played, because the way I'd already set up my mind for the first few games of the season is that we weren't going to be primed and ready to be like doing exactly what I wanted us to do. So I was like, it's all about getting the right players and the right combinations, and the manager getting his message across and getting the results, nothing else. As the season progresses, my expectations are definitely going to increase to the point that I'll be very critical, and sometimes I will sound like maybe the guy who's just expecting far too much from players. What I will say though is, right now, as things stand, our team beat an Arsenal team that clearly are struggling. My worst fear was like, we could have played the best football and still allowed them to win, and that would have
last time
either way. So regardless, the way I look at it is, you just have to look at it for what it is. Chelsea got the 3 points. We're going into this Liverpool game with a bit of momentum. We've got 6 points on the board. It's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a big.
Can I say this real quick?
We all realize that.
Yeah, and
Can I
we've
say this?
actually
Johnny?
beaten a team.
Go
We've
on,
beaten
go
a
on.
team that we lost the double last year. We've gained points already. Halfway, we've gained points on the team that we lost. It's like when you lose to West Brom. If we win against West Brom this season and a double, we've gained 9 points.
We don't play West Brom though.
Can I say this?
All
I
right,
say this
you get what I'm saying, yeah?
I get what you're saying.
You should let Kaz say his thing. He's been waiting patient.
Can I just say this shit real quick about the squad? When you said that we won the Champions League, my point about the treble winning team is that they won Premier League titles before they became that treble winning team. Like they already had I feel like this is a journey. Like I feel like, but for us to get to that level, we're gonna have to win a few more things before we can be this legendary team with the talent that we have.
Yeah, of course, of course.
That's my opinion, isn't it?
And
I understand that.
Also, with Havertz and Mount and Lukaku coming in, like they all need time to gel. Luckily, we've had Werner, we've got Havertz, and we've had Ziyech that have all had a season now to adapt. And Chilwell. So now they're going to be naturally better equipped for this season. But I think you can criticise your team. But like I said, when you win and you're not playing at your best, it's a very, very good sign going into the season, especially so early. And we all know that Arsenal, if they turn up and we don't, it's a banana skin. And we didn't fall at that banana skin. But Tuchel knows, he knows that we've got a lot to improve. Every player knows that in the team, and that's great. And there's competition. Like I don't really see, I don't see an issue. Like Mason Mount is already our best big chance creator already in 2 games. Already,
Johnny,
all roads leads to Mount.
Johnny,
one-way street.
You had to get that Mason Mount praise right in there.
I have to respect it, bro. Fuck it.
It's true though.
Johnny.
It's true.
Johnny, is Mason is he undroppable for you this year?
Yes, he is. Yes.
See, I think there's going to be games. I think there's going to be games where it suits the team better to have a different attack.
Very droppable.
with-
Listen to the agenda, bro. Listen to the agenda.
No,
Very
you can't.
droppable.
No. Johnny,
It's not an agenda to say there are games where it's going to suit having two strikers up top
I'll tell you,
and not
I'll
have
tell you
Mount on
the,
the
I'll
pitch.
tell you the
Johnny,
difference. Yeah?
you can't say people have an agenda when you have an agenda too, bro. That come on, bro. That defeats
What's
the
my
purpose.
agenda? What's my agenda?
Your agenda is make the man. Come on, bro. It's clear. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, bro. I respect you for you back our player, bro. It's fine. But don't say other people have an agenda too and think that that's fine because
But
not
from last
fine,
season to
because
this
you're having an
season,
agenda.
he's not unbelievably droppable, is he? Let's have it right. That's a bit of a overstatement of saying he's way more droppable this season.
He's not unbelievable. He's droppable though. He is droppable
banging
though.
in goals and we're so fluid without
Who's
Mount.
undroppable? Who did he say is undroppable?
No, I didn't say he's
more droppable this season. Way more droppable. That's what you said.
Who is more weight droppable?
I said he's very
Hold
droppable.
on. Who is more weight droppable than you think, Johnny?
What's that? Who's more droppable?
Yeah.
There's more attacking talent in this team than there was last year, and I think there are games. There are games where it's going to suit us to have a Werner and a Lukaku up top, based off the pace and hold-up play of Lukaku and Werner. Not saying that Mount isn't a good player, but there'll be games where it will benefit us to have that pace.
But if you put Havertz in that side, is Havertz going to give you the other side of the game that Mount does?
Yes. Yes.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Why do you think Kai Havertz? No. Oh my gosh, it's laughable sometimes. Kai Havertz.
Why? Why is it laughable?
Just before you explain that, O'Break says, sorry, Justice. He says, save your negativity for Pulisic sitters. Sorry, had to read that. Goem also says, credit to Ben Scheidt for licking doorknobs before the match. He knew getting COVID was there, then ended up like Mari against Lukaku. Big up, Goem.
He always brings the pain.
I love you, Chris.
I don't understand why you think that Kai Havertz doesn't do some of the same things that Mason Mount does.
He doesn't.
He drops deep.
He doesn't dig in as
can
well.
I finish
as
at least?
He doesn't
Can
do
I
it.
finish?
The fact that you
Johnny, let him land.
Johnny, can you say what it is that he doesn't do well?
Who? What? Kai Havertz compared to Mount?
Yeah, that he doesn't do as well as Mount.
He hasn't got as much pressing, and when it comes to digging in and supporting the pivot with Mount, he was great, but that was because he can rely on Mount more up top and he can switch. But if you take Mount out of the side completely, you lose all that other side of the game that not every player, and I don't think Havertz has got it. He might get it, but he hasn't got it now. He hasn't got that he hasn't got that side of the dirty side of the game now. There's no way he's got it.
I'm about to say something that might hit you hard. I think Havertz is a more intelligent at pressing than Mason Mount is. Mason Mount works hard. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's smart with it. However,
well, I disagree with that.
I disagree with that, man.
I disagree completely. There is no better presser than Mason Mount in our side.
There really isn't.
Oh my God. We have somebody named N'Golo Kante. I just don't want to hear about it.
Bro, I love Mason Mount, but there are certain times where I think, bro, he's pressing without thinking. Because to me, pressing isn't just about you pressing on your own. It's pressing as a team. It's pressing intelligently.
Yeah, so does Mount.
I disagree with that, Mohammed.
I disagree with that, man.
Look, I understand you disagree, fam, but you don't have to keep repeating it. Listen, the thing for me is this, right? It's when you watch the players. Like, look, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be back here and tell you, yo, actually, I was wrong. Fucking hell, Mason Mount does it way better. But right now,
but last season tells you that. I mean, last season tells you he does.
Guys, can I say this real quick?
Kazi, I'll let you say it. Just JP says, to be honest, I think with the arrival of Lukaku, Werner and Mount might start seeing less of the pitch. Ziyech and Pulisic link up way better with the structure. That's a very interesting perspective because they're more out and out wingers. And then in terms of being able to create for Lukaku, they might actually be more preferred. Like, I know there's going to be two attackers that will potentially leave at the end of this season anyway, but I could see, because Werner only got 2 minutes yesterday, Mount, like, obviously was in for the pressing game. I do see him being involved in the squad anyway, but I think Werner's going to be a bit of a question mark. Artem also saying when Liverpool won 2 years ago, they had a ton of results in which they didn't look great and barely beat a ton of bad teams. In the end, all that matters is the win. That's a fair enough point as well. Liverpool, like, they never really absolutely battered teams throughout the season. They did it in phases. There was a lot of 90th minute winners and games where other teams had a really good performance against them and they just dropped it off at the final straw. So you don't have to dominate every single game to win, but of course, if you don't do it,
can I continue what I want to say?
anyway.
Can I take
Last one. Sorry, AV says Lukaku, Havertz, Werner. That's our top three. Strength, skill, and pace. Lukaku always has two guys on him. Werner can destroy teams with his runs. I know that, but all I'm going to say about Werner is Werner had the chances last season too.
Exactly.
He has
No,
to
it's not,
bury the chances
Werner
if he's going to get more games.
Tuchel
Wait,
made it
Johnny,
clear.
can I just answer that?
Let Kazi go.
Can I just answer this super chat before I get into my point? Yeah, why are people still so concerned of Werner and his runs when you clearly see? I don't get it. Like the guy, I agree. Werner can come. I want Werner to play against Liverpool. So maybe against Liverpool, against maybe teams with high line, or when what's called, or when maybe when a team is tired, he come around the 70th minute. That's why I want to see him play. Apart from that, mate, on the bench, man, play left attacking bench. But moving on. I just want to say this. For me, in the first half, you can clearly see.
Hell, man.
You're Kazi, you're disconnecting.
Am I disconnecting? I'm still disconnecting.
No, that's better. Go on. Carry on.
The thing is, is that like in the first half, the way I feel like Reece James on his side, I feel like Saka and Tini were combining and overloading on that flank. And I think in the second half, Tuchel realized that, and he put Mason Mount there as a way to track back and help out Reece James. And we stopped. You can see clearly in the second half. You clearly see in the second half that we weren't getting overloaded as much as we were in the first half. There were still some phases.
And that's the point, Kazi. What Mason Mount does?
Wait, Johnny. Jester, you might disagree with it, but for a fact, the penalty came from his side because the fact that Saka.
What penalty? What penalty?
Penalty. When Reece James clearly took down what's it called?
Hey, he didn't. No,
that was not a penalty.
That was
That was not a penalty at all.
I thought it was a penalty. I thought it was a penalty.
No way.
Not a chance.
It could have been. It could have been given.
For me, I thought it was a penalty, man. I wouldn't even lie to you, man. If that was on our side, I would have taken it as a penalty. I wouldn't be scared it was going to be a penalty. But it is what it is. And I thought in the second half.
Back, bro. That's all it is. Really. You might just need to watch it back because I thought the same exact thing. I thought it was a definite penalty, but it's
exactly. I thought it was definite penalty.
Huh?
I thought it was a definite. I mean, I didn't watch it back yet, but I was.
Yeah. Just watch
I was worried.
In real time, it does look it. Yeah.
It went down. Yeah, it went down.
But Mount's what he does with the pressing, with the digging in. He seemed quiet, but he wasn't quiet because you're too busy looking at all the flicks and the lovely play by Lukaku and Havertz. But when Mount is in the when he needs to be in the right position, as you saw with the assist and the second assist that almost was an assist and a great save. When Mount gets in those positions and the team's in a position to play like that, he's dangerous. But with Havertz, I don't want to see Havertz digging deep, digging out. I want him in the front line being dangerous where he is. So when you say to me Havertz is better at pressing and better at tackling this, he's definitely not.
Listen to what I said, bro. Though I said to you, I think he's a more intelligent presser than Mount, and I will stand by that.
Mohammed, I disagree with that point because when I look at Mount, like when he's pressing, he looks around to see who else is gonna initiate the press as well.
I get what you are saying. I get what you lot are saying, but until I see otherwise, generally this is what I believe. Like
you saw it all last season, Mo. I don't understand.
Let the man have his opinion. I don't know why you're trying to.
Look. Last season, I saw limited minutes of Havertz, but the minutes that I did see, I generally felt like he was giving me more of a complete play of what I wanted than somebody else. And I'm not out here hating on Mount. I appreciate Mount for what he does. But last season isn't something I can judge Havertz on. I've watched Havertz closely enough for about 2.5 years now. And I know what he's good at and I know what he's bad at. So the fact of the matter is, I'm not looking at Mount saying Mount has been the same player from the moment we got him to now, because I actually think his intelligence has improved massively. I think his hunger and passion that people keep saying isn't just hunger and passion. He's actually more intelligent as a player. He's become more technical as a player. He's become more flexible, more adaptable. He's doing things. The fact of the matter is, when I look at Mount, this is a player just like a lot of our other players. They have room to grow, and I will say that they have room to grow.
Do you know?
But I'm not.
Do you know why though, Mo?
Yeah, that's a fair
Mount
opinion.
is so,
That's a fair
Do you know
opinion.
why? Do you know? I've watched Havertz for two seasons. I know what he's good at as well. I watched him for Leverkusen. Yeah. But with Mount, if you looked at him yesterday, his first thing in mind when we had the ball in the final third was to how can I get in a position where I have two players on me to create space that Reece James and when Havertz does join, they can tiki-taka and then I'll make the run and I'll release the ball. Every time he was off the ball, his movement and his intelligence is crazy. It's crazy level.
Can I ask you a follow-up question to that?
Just before you go to that question, perfect timing. AB says, bro, he had 17 assists. I don't care if he scores. He's going to destroy defense with Lukaku holding up defenders. I'm thinking of them as a unit. I couldn't care less about stats for any individual. I agree with what you're saying, but this is the final test for him because
the reason
he was destroying defenses regardless of Lukaku being on the pitch. Obviously, he had his phases last season while he was adapting to the English game, and I get that. But his link-up play was still good, and his movement and his runs were still good anyway. What did people hold up against him? His finishing. If we want him to improve and we want him to up on a level from last season, he has to improve his conversion
every
rate.
single player
That's
this
what
season.
it's going to have to take for him to get into the team now at this point.
I agree. He has to improve.
JP as well saying Mount missed several easy chances in yesterday's game. So did Kai Havertz and Lukaku had a few as well. But
And also with Kai Havertz and Mount, if you listen to Tuchel after the game, it's very clear to me the way he worded it. You have to get the exact words. But the way he worded it about Mount, he said Mason and Kai with Lukaku. I think going forward, that is the ideal front three that he wants to play most games with, and then depending on the certain oppositions, he will play a Werner and a Pulisic to switch it up. But those two are key. And the fact that we're comparing Mount to Havertz is Mount and Havertz play together because they offer different things.
Yeah,
I think they're the same player.
Can I say this? Can I just say this? Yeah, for me, if you when people I see is the same front three. That's the front three that I want, and I hope it's the same front three that Tuchel wants. Because one, I want that agenda to keep running. But yeah, I feel like what's called last game. My issue with Mason Mount wasn't what he was doing off the ball. It was way more. There was chance for him to make a certain pass or a certain shot, and he didn't do it, and it was incorrect. But I'm not gonna be exactly. I'm not fuming about it, man. Like I don't care about it. If you lost it, maybe. But I did see. I do see what
he lacks match sharpness. That's what it is. Once he's match sharp, he's on it, mate. Don't worry about that.
I swear he played 90 minutes against Crystal Palace, man.
Yeah, but he's had no pre-season, Kazi. Kai Havertz has had a full pre-season.
Yeah, he got the Euros. He played a bare game to the Euros.
Yeah,
but Johnny, it's what he struggled with. It's kind of like he's improved. You saw it against Fulham, but like that final ball is still not as efficient. He could have played in average.
Johnny, I get what you're saying about fitness. I get fucked off, bruv, all the time. Everyone goes on about his final ball.
Because you can't handle
bruv.
That's right.
His open play assist. An example was yesterday. And in Champions League final, when it matters,
you could have got so many more, though.
Yeah, but look at our front line last season; it was rubbish.
I'm talking about last game. Last game could have got so many more.
He did miss Lukaku wide open yesterday.
And like Lukaku had a
slip in.
It was a well-played, world-class save, bruv. I mean, that was a pinpoint position assist that would have been. Like, I don't get what you like. Not every assist or every pass comes off. Not every pass comes off. If you think it does, then you need to go and play football and watch football more.
Johnny, the only thing is that I feel like it's wrong to say that players are undroppables. I don't agree with just that one statement.
Well, he was last season, wasn't he?
Johnny, it's not to say every pass comes off, bro. It's just like
I think players have to earn and cement their positions. I don't think any player necessarily just has fully yet, but when they do, trust me, we are going to be all saying the same thing. But the fact that there's a debate tells you a lot about what
I guarantee you, from the start of the season, I guarantee you that Mason Mount will play more games than the front line. with Lukaku.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, but I think
Then Lukaku. He's going to play more games than Lukaku.
With Lukaku.
I genuinely think that.
I also think people have been sleeping on Ziyech and they were ready to sell him. And I was saying all last season, you lot are just reactionary. You should.
What do you mean reactionary? What do you mean? Because we had a good
No,
preseason.
Ziyech clearly
So
didn't
now
play
we're wrong.
Kazi, it's not about just the preseason. It's about knowing what a player is actually capable of and what he's done around.
I agree. Like, not selling.
The fact that people were telling me, "Oh no, this guy can't."
Don't get me started.
Yeah, it's absolutely stupendous because when you go watch his flipping career at the two clubs he played for in the Dutch league, he had to do exactly what we're talking about. And people were like, no, but he's done. Like he can't do shit no more. He's fine. He's fully gone.
No, but I think Ziyech is more of a squad player personally. I don't think he's a first teamer. I don't
know, man.
I think
I don't know.
Johnny, do you think? Wait, Johnny, can I ask you a question?
No.
Do you think he's 100% creator though?
22-year-old, undroppable, but Ziyech is just a flipping bench player. This is where we differ in opinion.
Wait. What is he shown to be starting? I want to know what is he shown to be starting, by the way.
I'm saying Ziyech for me is good. He's good, but he's not consistent.
Bro, come on, let's not play this game, bro.
Last season Ziyech was not consistent, was he? Was he consistent last season?
Who?
Ziyech.
He didn't even play enough to be consistent, so no, of course not.
He was out of favour. He was out of favour by Tuchel for a reason. There's a reason for it, and there'll be a reason this season. There'll be a reason why he plays more Champions League football than he does Premiership.
My lord.
Because he suits European football more.
This is just off the rails again.
Disagreement, but to me, I'll be very honest. I don't like the disrespect quality, right? And out here,
I'm not disrespecting his quality. He's a baller. I'm not disrespecting
he's a bench player. You said he's a bench player.
I'm saying he doesn't. For me, he doesn't start over Havertz or Mount. He's got to earn to start over Havertz or Mount. I think like yesterday, he come on and he made a few things happen. But that's what I see with Ziyech. And in certain games he will play, depending on position. But I don't see him being a consistent, first teamer all the way through the season.
That's false.
More of a why? Why is that false?
All right, listen. I could.
How's he starting?
My bad for the fact. No. Like I can understand. Like all right, Mount. But when he plays and he's on form, you don't drop him. Yeah. You don't drop when Ziyech is hot.
You probably will drop him, man. I can't even lie.
He drops every player when they're hot. It's down to the opposition.
Exactly, he drops you. I swear he put a Muscos here. He put Muscos against Atletico Madrid here.
That's why Mount's got the respect he's got, because no matter what
he next game, man.
He plays. He loves.
But you judging him off of that.
Yeah, he does not love Mason, man. He does not love Mason, man.
Of course he
does not love
him.
He
loves him, man.
No, he does not, man. He does not love Mason, man.
He's a manager that doesn't give a shit.
This ain't Lampard. This ain't Lampard.
Okay. Hold on.
If he doesn't think he's good enough, he won't play him. It's simple as that.
So first of all, I would like to thank Johnny, because when Johnny comes on, I'm only the second most hated person in chat. So I would like to thank you for that, Johnny. I'm taking the piss, bro. It's not that deep. Second of all, Kai Havertz, and I think for me, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount play very similarly. That's why they were both playing 8s under Lampard.
Yeah, you guys waffling, bro.
So why did they play yesterday, bro?
Man, here comes Daniel, man. The great.
Can I at least finish my point for freaking once? Second of all,
hey, happy birthday to Daniel, though.
Yes,
how many?
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you.
I can't.
Happy birthday, man.
Yes, though. We're giving him a happy
birthday. Just give it a second. Then wish me a happy birthday.
Let me finish what the hell I was saying. Okay, second of all, how many players in the world can sit on a pitch with N'Golo Kante and cover more area than N'Golo Kante? Kai Havertz did. No. Kai Havertz did.
Real Madrid. No. Crazy game that was. Did you watch it?
No, I never saw the Real Madrid game. Come on.
You'll see how good Mason Mount was contributing, helping Kante, bro.
I guess I can't finish. So whatever. You guys just talk. So
say your thing, man. Say your thing, bro.
No, because every time I say something, somebody has to chime in with something.
I'm the one that's on mute, for fuck's sake. Right, yeah, guys, let Johnny land, please.
Yeah.
I mean, not Johnny. Let Jesters land, please.
So, in the Euros, when Germany played France, while they were still on the same pitch, Kai Havertz outran N'Golo Kante. So I don't want to hear that Mason Mount is the only player that can do that. Kai Havertz does the exact same thing. We saw it in yesterday's game. He dropped deeper. He built up the play. Okay? This man can do everything that Mason Mount can do. He is just more physically imposing than Mason Mount.
They're not the same player.
Hey, listen, guys. Let me.
That's all I got to say.
My criticism of Havertz is gonna go up now. It has to. You know the game he had yesterday. Mount has that game every game. Receiving the ball, passing the ball, moving it around, not creating chances. He does that. That game was Mount against Spurs last season. That was Mount against Spurs. But he wasn't given credit for that. Yeah, last season. How many games have we had this season? 2. What else should I talk about? History of guys playing together. Mount has those games all the time, but it doesn't matter unless he creates chances. And now he creates chances more than anybody else. He could have created more chances.
Yeah.
Well, how about those guys create chances too? How many chances did Havertz create in the last game?
Lukaku did create the most big chances in that game last game.
Look at Havertz and Mount. Who created the most?
We're not talking about Lukaku. Lukaku doesn't get criticized.
You said most chances though. You said the most. Lukaku created the most big chances in that game.
I started talking about Havertz. Okay, I'm talking about Havertz, the midfielders. How many chances did
midfielders, yeah, Mason Mount holds that, yeah.
Wasn't Havertz playing the whole game as well? How many chances did he create? Since we're mentioning
he didn't
Mount,
create much as Mason Mount.
Mount created 3 big chances and got an assist, but that's not enough. But Havertz played the whole game, but he's so much better, yet he didn't create 1 chance. But it's okay. Listen, Mason Mount, the last game.
It's the Mason Mount agenda.
The first game, the first game that we played, how did we score? Mason Mount won a free kick. Alonso scored from it. Mason Mount crossed the ball in the box. Pulisic scored from it, right? But he's not creative. This game, he gets an assist. He sets up Lukaku 3 different times. Twice were really, really good chances, but it's the pass that he almost didn't make that he needs to be criticized for. Listen, all that is pointless because he's going to play most of the games. He's going to start most of the games.
2 assists already, Daniel.
And one simple point, he's definitely more creative than Havertz. I don't know where this comes from, that we just give Havertz all these stats and all this creativity. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know what your footballing IQ is, but it's pretty low.
It sounds good. That's cute. That's nice to say, but when you watch actual football and you watch the actual game,
I do watch actual football.
And I've watched them play, and Mount is more creative. It's as simple as that. You can put it. You can swash it whatever way you want to swash it.
He's our highest chance creator. He's our highest chance.
I mean, it's that simple.
I won't do chances because Mason. Johnny, I will say
about Mason. How many free kicks was Mason taking yesterday? Alonso was taking all those free kicks. Why wasn't Alonso? Hold on. Alonso took all the free kicks and corners yesterday. Why wasn't he the highest chance creator? Since free kicks and chance creation is so easy, and if you're on set pieces, you must get chance creation. Why wasn't he the highest?
All right. Can I ask one question? So you know that the whole stuff that you're saying about Havertz is not that as creative as Mason Mount. Are you basing this based on what's happened at Chelsea? Yeah.
Their whole careers.
Okay. Cool.
Even when Havertz scored all his goals playing center forward, he had 4 assists and 4 goals playing center attacking mid. I checked all this.
Cool. Nah, honestly, I just needed clarification. I needed to understand.
What are we saying here?
Cool.
Daniel spitting, bro. He's
spitting. No. But set pieces don't matter. When you cross the ball, that's not. When you cross ball, that's not chance creation. When you're excellent at set pieces, that's not chance creation. It doesn't really count. It doesn't really. Alonso's goal didn't really count.
They like the women that look all sexy in their dance, but I like the women that get down and get dirty. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, these guys. Listen, here's what I've seen. We can come on here and say Havertz has the closest chance to be a Ballon d'Or winner. We don't have a single player in Chelsea's history that has won the Ballon d'Or at Chelsea. But Havertz has the potential. Havertz has the potential. I heard this yesterday.
He heard it from Monster Stream, my guy. That's where he heard it from.
Guys, Mike, follow him up, man. Can't hear you.
Bro, he said no. Chris,
you won the stream yesterday. I heard it wasn't just the stream. I heard on KH No Filter stream. Chris was on there yesterday, and they said it. Who's the closest player to get a Ballon d'Or? Havertz, easily the player to get a Ballon d'Or.
I think he might be. Yeah.
We don't have a single player in our history that has won a Ballon d'Or.
I know.
I'm not saying this guy is going to be better.
In all
This is going to
fairness,
be better than Lampard.
That's fact.
He's going to be better than Lampard.
No, close as it was in our team right now.
Why does it be better than Lampard?
That's a pointless statement. It's just more flattery that he hasn't won yet.
I understand you don't rate Kai Havertz, but that just shows
You rate him.
don't
Just don't rate him. I just don't think he's.
You know what I don't do? I don't compare my own players with each other. That's what I don't do.
Yeah, you do.
How did I? Tell me. No. Hang on. Who have I? Tell me. No. Who have I compared? Like actually put player to player against each other. Name it, because I've never done it. No, not you, Johnny. I'm saying to Daniel. I don't do that. I hate it. It gets messy.
Bugging.
You will never catch me. You will never compare me, Kai Havertz, with Mason Mount.
How did you determine Havertz was? No, hold on, Johnny.
I'm the one who compared.
That's not comparing. That's not comparing Mason Mount with him.
One at a time.
I'm just saying.
If
I
you
think
don't,
Kai Havertz probably
if you don't compare
our close
players,
to
how
champ.
did you come to that conclusion that out of all the players,
That's
you
not
assess
comparing
that?
him with Mason Mount. It wasn't about Mason Mount. It's not. It's nothing to do with Mason Mount. Why is that to do with Mason Mount?
It has to do with all the players.
No, it's just how young he is and how talented he looks, and I don't know,
young.
I know a lot of them are young. Mason Mount's 22, 23.
Sexy, but I like women
Yeah.
that are young.
Yeah, but
we don't want to hear about your choices in women, Johnny.
I know how the.
Man, you just like.
It's gonna be the one. Can I tell you this? Can I tell you this? It's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one who gets the most goals and assists. Yeah. Who's going to be winning the Ballon d'Or? And I don't think Mason Mount scoring more goals and Kai Havertz, but I'm not going to do that.
Hey, Lewis, I'm going to tap out. I'm going to tag Scott in here because there's at least somebody else that's a little bit calm and has some rational thought. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for work and pass it off to Scott.
Yeah, Javi, get back
because
in.
I know
why it kicked you out, but jump back in, bro. Big up O'Break saying every manager picks him. Do they trust Thomas Tuchel or no?
Yeah,
No. With everything else, trust Thomas Tuchel, but not with Mount. No.
Not with Mount. No. Can't do it.
Have fun, Jester. You be more useful at work than you were here.
And Daniel, when have I put a bad word as well to make
just want to ask something, by the way. What's with the toxicity? Like, genuinely, what's with the toxicity?
I don't know.
Just a break.
I got called out for something.
Man, get
on a real, like, shut the fuck up.
Well, there's no need for that.
Shut the fuck up.
There's no need for that, man. There's no need for that, man.
You're not
that guy, man. You're not that guy, bro.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy, bro.
Even toxic in the chat, and now just saying shit about people in the stream. But when I
saying what, Scott?
Saying what, bro? You're not that guy, man.
Saying what?
Hearing the nonsense.
You're not that guy, man. You're not that guy, bro.
Listen. I'm not gonna go. Cassie, hold on. I'm not gonna go back and forth because I know you're not built like that, and it's the internet. You can say whatever you want here.
Exactly, man.
But let's just say this: if just move on, talk about football because I didn't talk about you. But if you want to keep talking about me, just save it. Save it all you have. I'll see you.
You finished? You done?
Yeah, go on, man. Go on, mate.
Cool. I mean, I wanted to come on and talk about the game, but all I was hearing was bullshit and nonsense. Like,
I mean, we listen to you every stream. We have to deal with it. What the fuck are you talking about? No, he's pissing me off. He's coming up your high and mighty. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly, bro. Like, who you trying to shut the fuck up, man?
Pussy, yo.
Like, who are you, bro? What do you think you are, bro?
No, fuck that. When you come on stream and you see me on stream, lower your fucking tone. Lower your fucking tone. Lower your fucking tone.
Lower your fucking tone.
Oh my god.
It is what it is. Catch me in traffic. You're not built like that. I know you're not. I've seen you. You're not built like that. Don't ever come in here telling niggas to shut up. You crazy? Are you crazy? Are you out your mind?
Look at that as well, bro. Scotty, you're going to do it again, bro. Like, Scotty down again. You're going to go down that
No, these guys, yo, don't.
All of us.
Looking like one of Weezy's older brother, fam. I swear down, bro.
You're not built like that, brother.
Stop it, man. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy. Doing this again.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, bro.
All four of you. Chill the fuck out.
He's not that guy, bro. He's not that guy, bro.
Tell Scott.
No, Lewis, hold on. Lewis, he comes in here, he tells me to shut the fuck up. I let it go, and he keeps going.
Exactly, but who the fuck do you think you are to tell people to shut the fuck up, man?
I told him
Just come in
let it
there.
go, and he keeps going.
Right, no.
He thought he had us. He had us. Ah, man,
Three.
come on.
And there we go. Big up Syndicate saying the fuck we arguing for. Kyle will be a Ballon d'Or winner and Mason will go down as one of the best midfielders in the world. We all divided the fan base. Welcome to fucking Chelsea Football Club. Our biggest rivals are ourselves. We don't beef Arsenal, we don't beef Tottenham, we beef Chelsea. That's the way it is.
Oh my God,
Big up
bro.
Julian also as well saying, anyways, UCL draw is on Thursday, 5 p.m. Who do you reckon we are drawing? God fucking knows who we're drawing, but we're probably going to forget about them and start beefing ourselves instead as well. Me personally, I want Ajax in pot 3. Other than that, I don't give a shit. Should big up yourself, Xavi, as well. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm glad you're back here as well. Right, can we chill?
I'm with you, Lewis. I'm with you.
Lewis, tell him to show some damn respect.
Wait, can I just say this? Yeah, I would have never gone on that rant. Yeah, if you didn't say shut the fuck up, you just come in like what's called acting like some sort of Stone Cold Steve WWE entrance and a chance to shut the fuck up, man. Like you're not that guy, bro. Like just please don't do that, man. That wasn't.
Anyone can do that behind the monitor, mate.
That was uncalled for, man.
Who's Stone Cold Steve, bro? What is this?
Ah, man, I don't even care. Whoever that guy from WWE is, man. Whatever his name is, man. I don't care.
Just transfer news for once, for God's sake. Go on, this.
Hello, Daniel. Enjoy your birthday, bro. Don't get hyped up.
You think I'm hyped? I just have to let him know he's pussy. Like, don't talk to me like that. Don't ever talk to me like that. I don't talk to you like that.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just what do you expect? Shut the fuck up.
Other people like, well, who did I tell to shut the fuck up? He said I have no football knowledge. I said your knowledge. He said no. Hold on. He said I had no football knowledge, and I said your knowledge would be more useful at your job than here. How is that not even? And you come in and shut the fuck up like you're his fucking boyfriend or something. Like, relax.
All I'm seeing in the comments and all I'm seeing when I've come on is you just being toxic towards people. That's why I told you.
What is toxic?
Like
what is toxic?
All I wanted to do was
what is toxic? What if I said that was toxic?
But then you're.
I responded. All I responded to was football. All I talked about was Mount football-wise. Nothing personal. Nothing against anybody.
No, but when someone doesn't agree, it's then you get personal. That's what I'm on about.
How did I get personal? Johnny, hold on. I need to understand. How did I get personal? Tell me, Scott.
I'm talking in the comments. I'm saying simply that I don't agree with something, or other people don't agree with something, or Jester.
This
and
is
you're
what he
getting
said last time.
Can I finish,
He
Johnny?
tries to get out of it.
Johnny, one at a time, man. You ain't going anywhere.
I just want to understand where the personal attack was for me. Tell me. If I wrote it, it's in the chat. You can point it out, or if I said it, point it out. Where was the personal attack?
I'll be honest, I don't think it goes back that far. It was before I came on.
But there was no personal attack. All I was talking about.
I'm not saying like personal isn't getting at them something about them. I'm saying just the insult. That's what I'm saying.
What insult?
What insult?
In the chat, it was a conversation we were having. It was something with other people as well. It's the throwing stuff at people. That's
what did we say? What did we say?
Because I said he had an agenda. Agenda. That's what I said. These guys have an agenda, so that's wow. If that's personal, then
Johnny. No, I didn't.
I don't know.
Daniel, you go off.
Find it for me.
Daniel, can I ask a question?
I'm gonna talk about football.
Yeah, go ahead.
And positivity.
Well, maybe you should have done that before you come on to the to
No, oh, guys.
I'd like to get my point out without
Stop.
Please let it go.
Let Lewis speak. Go on, Lewis.
I was just gonna say, I think we've just reached an impasse. So,
all right, sorry, Scotty, were you about to say a point, brother?
Yeah, I was just about to say big ups to Tammy Abraham for a man of match performance yesterday. Like,
say that one more time.
I said a big up to Tammy Abraham.
Johnny,
let me finish.
You didn't even put our club, bro. You didn't even
Johnny,
Johnny, you gotta let people land.
Oh my days, bro! Come on, please, bro. We're not.
Johnny, he was cussing Tammy all this time, bro, and then he wants to praise Tammy.
Johnny, let him.
He doesn't even play for us.
Johnny, it's like 90% of the guys who come on this stream have cast out Tammy at one point. It is.
Yeah, and they're all in the mud, bruv. All of them. They're all in the mud with Tammy, bruv. Because Tammy's
I know, but that's why we can't just point fingers when it's genuinely so many people in the fan base.
Yeah, but he has. Scott specifically has come at Tammy so many times on many streams, bruv, and you know it, and it's fact, yeah. And the first thing he wants to come out is talk about a player that ain't our club. But when he was at our club, it was all right to cuss him out. But because he's had a great performance and got an assist, You wanna suck his balls now? What's that all about?
You got 2 assists,
I
Johnny.
literally just want to say he had a good game. That was it. But I couldn't get my point out because you can't shut the fuck up and act your age.
Here he goes again. Listen to him, man. Listen to this geezer, bruv. Where's your respect, man?
Johnny, I can't lie.
The guy has to get personal. Yeah, but he gets personal, Lewis. This guy gets personal.
I told you to shut up. That's all I've said.
Can't land his points.
I get angry when someone tells me to shut the fuck up twice. That's what's making me angry, bro.
And I get that, but he's not going to be that angry if he could just land. So let him land.
I'm done with this guy, bruv, because I swear to God, if you saw me face to face, mate, I ain't having it, bruv.
Oh, why do we need to go to threats, bro? What is
anyway,
it?
as I was saying, like, I have cussed him out in the past. I have said he wasn't good enough for the club, but I still want him. I said before he left, when his transfer was going through, I want him to do well. I didn't hate the guy. I just wanted him to do well. I just didn't think he was the right fit for our club at the time. But as I was saying, fair play to Tammy Abraham for 2 assists and his man of the match performance in his debut. And I thought the game yesterday was good. Like, obviously, I understand Jess's point earlier. I kind of came in about 40 minutes late that, like, he wants, if there's things he's not happy with, he wants, he wants the perfect performance in a way.
As well. Yeah, a big up electronic ear saying sounding like AFTV, and we just be for fuck's sake.
Lewis enjoys this, man. Lewis enjoys this.
Oh boy, it's getting
deep. I'm just sitting deep. I'll let you lot just do what you gotta do. Big up O'Break as well, saying Scott, that's the internet G. I'm not too sure what that's referencing because it's so far back. There's so much done in the last 10 minutes. But yeah, we're at an impasse now. I don't think anyone's going to be saying anything here, so we'll just leave it here. If we want to go back onto the game, I want to get everyone's thoughts on the stuff with Bukayo Saka and the Chelsea fans. And am I the only one that didn't really think anything they did was that deep? Like, I was sitting there and I was keeping an eye out because I wanted to hear someone say some racist bullshit. I didn't hear any racist bullshit. Like, if you want to say you let the country down as racist,
it's mainly booze about the England.
It was the booing, right?
The booing I defo didn't fuck with because I thought that you're isolating him a little bit too much. But if you're chanting you let your country down to him, you're just trying to get in his head, and that's really what football fans are all about in general. They try and get in the heads of the opposition. Can I just
say this here, real quick, by the way? For those of you who don't know, I remember Ronaldo did that messy thing with Rooney, and he came back here. I remember it was called at the Euros. Was it the Euros? I don't even know where it was. Yeah, he came back home, and had Manchester United Manchester United fans, his own fans, were giving this guy corn until he scored. Until he scored that goal. I don't know what team was against, but he was getting abused for that goal. Like, he's getting bare abuse and shit, man. Like, there's a clip of it on YouTube, by the way. The time when he shut up the crowd. No, Ronaldo.
Oh, Ronaldo. When Wayne
Rooney got that red card, man. When Wayne Rooney got that red card was scored, and everyone's saying he winked, he planned to do it, and he betrayed Rooney and everything. And he remember what scored that Manchester United game. He got Manchester United fans were booing this guy. There's a clip of it on YouTube, man. You can see it right there. So for me,
I didn't even hear the boom because I had the sound off, but I heard people complain about booing. I didn't know what to really think about it. I can't really have too much of an opinion on it.
You can no. Chris, you can.
I feel like they were more trying to unsettle him. Like, I think people are reaching by calling the Chelsea fans racist on that. Like, I know we have a history and everything, but that's specifically
unless there was
sensitive.
Unless there was specific.
Yeah, that's the thing. Go on.
Go ahead.
No,
my whole thing is this. I don't think you have to be sensitive to opposing players unless they were racist to him. You can boo any opposing player for any reason that you want. You can just the fans can decide we don't like his hair and boo him. Like, it doesn't, to me, that is not a big deal. If there was racist chants or racism added to it, definitely. But booing an opposing player, we're not supposed to make him feel comfortable and clap him on the field and you're loved and all that. No, his fans can make him feel that. Not us. That's not our job. That's his fans' job. So if other fans want to do that in other clubs and clap him on and all that, he's a rival for us. We don't have to do that.
Well, to be fair, Daniel,
they can boo him unless they're being racist. Then you can't. That's a completely different issue.
But Daniel, throwing a bottle is a different matter, though.
At Reece James, yes, 100%. Like that to me is more of an issue than he's getting booed. So what? He's getting booed. He's an Arsenal player.
I ain't gonna cheer for him.
What did you expect?
That's why I thought.
Well, to be fair, every player that comes to Arsenal's ground, they're gonna get booed anyway.
Bruv, listen, man. His James had a both on his head, my guy, man. Should have picked up and dashed it back in the car, man, like the newspaper.
But Kazi, that photo was amazing. If you saw the photo where Reece James
Talk
celebrated
about what happened to Reece was definitely that was
out of order. Yeah,
that was out of order. Booing a player, whatever reasons you have to boo
you can boo a player, but you cannot throw an object.
Unless you're you're yelling racist chants or you're yelling racist stuff or homophobic stuff. To me, it doesn't matter. Boo him, and unless you're his own fans, right? If Arsenal fans started booing him, then you have to look at it. Or if he was a Chelsea player and Chelsea fans were like booing him, then it's like, yo, what are you guys doing? This is crazy. But booing an opposing fan, I don't care. You can find whatever reason you want, really.
Yeah. I think as well, like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like Chris said, or I think it was either Chris or Mo said, it's a little bit insensitive in terms of like the whole situation around it. Like because the penalty miss and everything like that's yes, he missed the penalty, but he shouldn't have been taken in the first place, and that's a topic that's been discussed to death. So in that sense, it's a little bit insensitive, but there's nothing inherently wrong with it. They weren't racist, they weren't homophobic, they weren't nothing. There was nothing bad about it. Just a little bit insensitive.
Can I just say this as well, just to add something? For those saying that it was racist, what proof do you have that it was racist? It was racist. None. People are booing players for all types of different reasons. We can't actually prove that it was racial. There was racial intentions behind it. It could have just been simple as like, yo, you missed a penalty. We don't like you. You also play for a rival fan, and it could have also. It actually did get worse because of that penalty dive incident that happened afterwards. But regardless, people are always going to do what people feel is right to them. But I can tell you this right now, for those trying to say that it was racist Chelsea fans and this and that and trying to paint a certain narrative, I think those types of people are the ones that concern me the most, because you're creating a more problem for racism being solved than you are actually helping the situation by just labeling something so quickly, just like that. I also think when it comes to these types of situations, be very, very careful about what you ask of people, because there were people saying, why aren't people condemning it? There were people condemning it. They can't make some adults freaking shut up in a freaking stadium. At the end of the day, people are entitled to their shit. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to these type of situations, let's be grown up about it. If you want to be sensitive, you can choose to do that. I didn't clap at Saka yesterday. Does that now make me a racist just because it's just dumb. It's absolutely dumb. The fact of the matter is, what it comes down to is one thing, guys. When it comes to the racism and the issues that we're talking about, we can at least be in a place where we can have conversations about this. Guess what? That's what taking the knee does. Taking the knee puts a highlight on the issue that needs a lot of conversation to happen so that change can eventually occur at some point. It is not meant to change the whole thing overnight. That's the mistake people are having, bro. Is that everyone thinks this is supposed to just suddenly fix shit. It's not meant to. It's meant to highlight the problem so that the conversations can happen and people actually understand each other. The fact of the matter is, Saka got booed. Saka flipping took it like a man, and he'll get over it, bro. It's not that much of a big deal. The one thing I will say is, though, labeling people as racist, just like Chelsea fans are racist or whatever, and questioning black people about supporting Chelsea Football Club, dumbest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. All right, let me put that straight to you right now. I don't expect anybody of any religion to condemn someone that does some terrorist shit and then claims that religion. So why should I condemn those people all in the same light? If it's an individual doing that fucked up thing or individuals doing it, condemn those individuals directly if you want to. Don't expect anybody else to have to step out of their life to do the same thing as you. You are not entitled to do that. Let me make that very clear. You are not entitled to demand that of people. That is bullshit. Me being a Muslim, I am not demanded to fucking talk about terrorists that do their dumb extremist shit, because I don't fucking agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I fucking deal with it every single day of my life. People fucking finding that shit out about me and then expecting me to make a comment on it. I shouldn't have to, and I never will. It's not my business, bruv. Understand, I'm affected and as scared as you fucking are. The same way racism affects every single one of us, it affects everybody, bro. Stop making an enemy out of everybody, bro. There are good people out there where it doesn't matter what color they are. The ones that are fucking idiots are fucking idiots. Aim your anger at them. Don't
100
fucking
Mo,
label
100.
everyone the same, please.
I'm right.
Yo, Mohammed, allow the S words, man. Luke's trying
No,
to
bro,
keep that
I
bag
have
at
to
the end of the
say it
month.
as it is, bro. I'm pissed off, bro, because I hear this every single day, bro. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. There's
I agree with
one
you,
big
man.
problem with the racists, another big problem with people who say that something's racist or something's homophobic when it isn't, because then they just remove all the push for it when it actually is something. Like what Jester said, boy, you cried wolf and all of that. You cry wolf too many times, people ain't gonna listen to you when it actually happens. That's why this Saka stuff, you're heavily overdoing it, or you just don't understand what being a football fan really is about. Because if you go to games, all you do is try to unsettle the other team.
Exactly.
Obviously, if they're being racist, then you get at them and you fucking get them banned and everything like that. But when they're not being racist, you can't just call it racism and say they all need to be punished, because then you're deflecting away from real racism issues.
I've never
Yeah.
seen someone. I've never seen
Go
someone.
on, David. Go on.
I've never seen someone fail and get so much, like,
applause, like he's a
praise.
handicap.
I understand you shouldn't have been there, but
let me tell you this right now. No person that receives racism wants to be clapped about it, bro. Trust me. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't want to be in that position where I'm being clapped about it, bro. Don't baby him through the situation, bro. It happens. I don't fucking like it. I know he doesn't like it either, bro. But clapping him about it isn't. Why are we making him that?
I don't understand. I don't understand. The moments happen. Like, we all know it was wrong. Move on with your life. It's not like.
No,
like,
but we're not trying to
nothing
downplay
else.
it either, innit? We're not trying to
No,
downplay
but
it
You want
either.
to move
We
on
get it.
anywhere in the
There's
situation.
nothing to there's nothing to downplay. There's nothing really happened. He got booed. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Why people trying to have a narrative and painting Chelsea fans in a certain way?
It's because it's Chelsea, bro. It's because of the history.
Stop
Things
this, man.
have
Like,
changed, bro.
Reece James had a
These
bottle
things
dashed
have
at his,
changed, bro.
at his
Grow
coconut,
up.
bro. Are you kidding me?
And the worst part is, it's people that don't even go to matches and don't understand that in England, fans are tribal, bro. Do you understand? The North and South don't like each other. They fucking say shit to each other that you'd be shocked about till this day, bro. So you have to understand. It's the way the football works in this country, bro. Just educate yourself and you'll understand why things are happening the way they happen.
Too many dickheads
By the way,
everywhere.
me saying any of this doesn't mean we're downplaying it, just to make it flipping clear for anyone that doesn't understand that.
I mean,
Exactly,
the whole taking a knee thing's a different thing, because I personally think it's a waste of time.
It
But
is
that's
a
just
waste of
me.
time.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is,
that's
actually.
just
I
me.
don't know about that, man. That I disagree with.
No,
It doesn't really do anything.
Still a problem. When
It's not
No,
meant
no,
to
you
do
should
anything.
again. You shouldn't boo the knee. That I agree with. However, I have a problem with it because I feel like it's almost negatively affecting what you think it's trying to do. It's raising awareness, but it's not solving the problem. Now, because
not
everyone's
meant to,
taking
David.
hold
It's
on,
David.
hold on.
It's not
The
meant
whole,
to.
the whole, no, let me finish. my point.
Let him land.
Let me finish. My whole point is that the whole thing about football is that right now we're all trying to solve racism, which I think is a really stupid objective to have anyway, because it's not going to happen. My thing with taking the knee is that what you're doing is that you're telling people that this is enough. No, the reason is we've been taking the knee for a whole year and a half. Has anything changed? No.
Exactly.
Because people think that taking the knee is enough and
I
that it will
somewhat-
change one day.
I somewhat agree with
That's my
David.
personal view. That's my personal view on it, personally.
David,
Like,
that's
I don't-
That's
I
how
kinda
feel
agree.
with the whole. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I kind of agree with David. Like, I don't mind the symbolism of it, but it's more effective if you're actually banning people who are racist in stands
Yeah.
and actually banning players for years, not just months or not just a couple games. Like, that's more effective than, hey guys, we're giving you this kneel thing and we give it to you for about 2 years or so, but nothing is going to really change.
Like,
That's why
how-
that's
like,
why
how
Zaha
I
doesn't
feel
take
with-
it anymore, though.
All right, go on, bro.
That's
That's
why
how I
Wilfred
feel with
Zaha
the
doesn't
whole.
take the knee anymore.
You know, whenever a racial incident happens and you get UEFA, they bring out the whole. You see all these players, Neuer and Ribery and stuff, do this whole saying no to racism, and they're doing it in like a plethora of different languages and stuff like that. Or they have for like people of different sexual orientations, they have rainbow laces and stuff like that. It's pandering. They're not actually doing anything to help. Like for me personally, I'd rather they do nothing at all, because putting out the old bullshit campaigns or whatever doesn't help matters anyway. So you might as well do nothing because you're actually doing nothing. Like, and it's a thing of, I'm not even saying they don't care about racism. It's a thing of they don't have to care because they're still making their money. So someone will get racially abused today at a game, the Leicester West Ham game.
Even
probably.
yesterday's
And
somebody got abused.
yeah, say yesterday, but next week, people are still going to go to games. People are still going to watch football because they know they're still going to make money anyway.
All right, can I make a point?
So it's like,
so let me explain why I don't think it's a waste of time to be doing this taking the knee stuff, right? First of all, if you guys take your memory back, when is the last time you've seen people feel more comfortable to have conversations like that? I'm not saying everyone does, but when is the last time an issue has been highlighted like this, where conversations like this happen? Someone explain that part to me, because that to me is why it's the need.
I think it happens rarely. I think it happens rarely anyway.
It happens now more than you realize.
I don't
it
think
might
it
not
does.
happen in your bubble. That's all it is.
Nothing constructive though. I think it's anything constructive.
Because you're too busy saying it's pointless. That's what the problem is.
Wait, Mo, are you asking when's the last time we've had conversations like this about racism?
No, what I'm saying to you is people tend to bring up stuff about racism or issues, right? Yeah. When the issue itself occurs, right? The issue that they're trying to address. What this does is highlight this is an existing issue that the player are in solidarity about, so that people have conversations about it more regularly. Because the thing is, it's wrong to expect it to fix something because it's not going to. It's not meant to. It's supposed to just highlight the issues so that the conversations actually happen that allow it to influence everyday people, and then hopefully at some point the government does something, because unless the government does something about what sort of punishments are received and clubs follow suit, it will carry on being the same exact way it is now.
Is that not worrying that the only reason that people talk about it is because someone's taken a knee? Is that not a problem in itself?
Well, let's be honest though. What else happens then? Otherwise, we're just going to say, "Oh, I feel bad for the guy," and that's it. Because the conversation are there.
Because if you guys don't know me personally, but I was talking about racism even way before the George Floyd thing happened. So I was already on that train, and no one wanted to talk about it. Now when I see people talking about it, I just sit there and go, "You actually don't care." Because when I was talking about it to you, like to the people I know personally, none of you said anything. It's only now because it's it's like a fashionable thing to do. Same thing like with the Arsenal protest yesterday. When it was at the height of it, they were all saying Kroenke out, blah, 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 blah. Yesterday it came to it. What happened? None of them showed up because they were back in the stadium and they really enjoyed it.
I think he's just tired. I think he's not going to leave. For me, I feel like the Arsenal fans
all these symbolic gestures, they're cool to do, but I just feel like they replace you actually thinking about how do we get to solving this problem. That's my only thing with it. That's why. But if I was an athlete, I would have stopped by now because I just think it's useless.
No, I think it depends on the person, right? If you don't want to do it that way and you feel like there's more a different way that you'd like to do it for yourself, David, that's totally fine. I think booing it, I think is absolutely dumb.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, for some people, the issue needs to be highlighted so that they understand the importance and have the uncomfortable conversation. There are people saying it's divisive. It's not that it's divisive. It's the fact that it's uncomfortable. It's not out of the norm. People don't tend to have conversations about race, religion, sex, or flipping political and sort of views and stuff. It's stuff that people tend to avoid. You get what I mean? We grow up being told those are the things that are divisive. Don't ever have those conversations. But the fact of the matter is, if people don't, how's it ever going to change, really? That's the whole point. People just tell you to carry on and keep being a sheep and not have conversations like this. I think nothing changes regardless then. But the fact of the matter is, if this carries on, the influence it has is much bigger than people realize. But I get why some people feel like it's pointless. But that's, I feel like, comes more from the wrong expectations being set up on what that's meant to do in the first place. It's not meant to fix the issue. It can't. Taking a knee, how's that meant to fix the issue? It's never going to. It was never meant to.
The point is that it's not taking a step closer for it to being solved. That's my only issue with it, because I feel like you've kneeled for a whole year, but I haven't seen one policy change. I haven't seen one person actually come out and say it's wrong.
Yeah.
So
I like the awareness, but there also needs to be the action with it.
But a lot of people think just by creating awareness, you're helping. you're helping solve the problem, or you've solved the problem.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
Exactly. So that's what I'm like. I'd rather you don't do anything, because the fake awareness you do is not doing anything anyways.
Everyone moving around saying, "Oh yeah, I don't support racism." It's like, bro, you don't need to tell me that. That should be like a, I breathe oxygen. It should just be something that you don't have to talk about. The fact that when people come up to me and say, "Oh, like I'm really sorry for what like my ancestors did to you," or something weird like that, I'm just looking at you like, why? Like, if you've got Black Lives Matter on your freaking Instagram, I sit there and go, do you actually care, or are you just doing it for clout? I don't know, but I feel like we're getting very far away from football. Back to football. I don't know why everyone's getting so heated about Mount and Havertz, because I thought they both played really well yesterday.
Exactly. Yeah, they did. They played well.
A difference of opinion, isn't it?
Man, it was Jester, man. I'm so
Jester pushing it. Like he said yesterday, Mount wasn't creative that much inside the final third. I thought he looked okay.
I think I don't think there's anything wrong with what Jester said.
I mean, last season. Wait,
hold on 1 second. I think in general, our play in the final third should be better. But then again, I understand that we went 2-0 up so quickly that we took our foot off the gas and just coasted through the game. Okay. So I'm not going to get on anyone per se. But again, against Liverpool next week, if our final third play is that poor, then I'm going to get onto people.
In all fairness, we could actually won that game like 4 or 5.
I don't think. Yeah, I know, and that's my point. And we didn't. But I understand it because we went. I know we went 2-0 up so quickly. I understand it. I understand why we didn't go for the kill. It's fine. But next week against Liverpool, if our final third play is that average, that poor, then yes, we are going to get onto whoever who plays in our front three or whatever. We are going to get onto them because we should be better. We should be more clinical.
Yeah. And another thing, Liverpool are struggling as well on their clinical side as well. If you watch them against Burnley and stuff, they've actually missed a bunch of chances.
They're going to play a high line again.
Their defense.
They can play the high line, but they still miss chances. People was complaining about Mane because he's missing chances.
Yeah, he was missing their chances as well, man.
And Jota missed a good chance and then he scored with his header. But Salah, I don't think he missed, but like they were missing chances as well, like us. So I think we're kind of in the same boat as well. We've both got a goal difference of 5 as well, but the difference is I think we played a bit harder teams than them because they played Norwich and Burnley. We played Crystal Palace and Arsenal, so I think we've had a harder run, but we're like joint top of the table with them. It's just gonna be, I think, a evenish game between the two. But like, yeah, I do agree. Our finish has to be improved, but like we don't know what Liverpool's finishing is gonna be like either.
I think we can criticize like every game, and maybe we didn't create enough or take our chances enough, but we don't need to create narratives after 2 games that we're not clinical enough or we're not this or that. Like we saw Lukaku score with his first shot. That's what we've been waiting for. A striker who, when we get a chance, like the same game happened last season. We had a chance in the first 2 minutes, Havertz, and he missed. This season, Lukaku got that chance and he scored. And we're 2-0 up. We're comfortable for a team that we haven't beat in the league in five games. I get it, they're bums, but they've always been bums, and we still haven't beat them. So it's like I don't understand how we can't be criticized, but be happy that we've beaten a rival that we haven't beat in 5 games, whether they're bums or not, or whether we should have scored 5 goals. We scored 2.
And in fairness, one of the chances we had was a very good save by Leno against Lukaku.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could have easily had a hat trick. So
it was a nice save from Havertz as well at the end. There was a lot of good saves there.
It
happens in a rival game.
If I'm being like really like picky about yesterday, I just say that everyone just needs to release the ball a bit faster. That would be my only thing. Yeah, like the amount of times Mount would get in a position and probably could give it off to, like when Mount shot the shot wide, Havertz was on goal, but he didn't take that. He took the option to snatch at his shot a bit too early.
Hesitations, David. That's
the
thing.
Like literally, if that's just me being
decision
really
making,
picky, like Reece James had a chance to cross it into Lukaku and instead cut it back to. Like, that's me being really picky though. Like,
there's little moments as well. And Lukaku could have got a goal if Kai Havertz left it for Lukaku, but like obviously Kai Havertz jumped up and tried doing it himself. It's just decision making.
Yeah, but Chris, that's even fair to say. We have those decision makings have to be better, like because in that game,
I agree.
Been better. But I just don't think it's fair to take those moments, not take the positive moments of Reece scoring or his assist, but take those moments and say we're gonna struggle with this. Like, we don't know that. Let's wait 5-6 games, see if they keep missing chances and we're not winning
Man
or
wanted
something like that.
£80 million Hakimi for over this
Then
guy.
we can then we can say, okay, this is actually a problem for us. We haven't beat this team in 5 games in the league, guys. Like,
That's all I wanted, us to beat him, really, and I was happy.
Well, in terms of Mount, like last season, the one criticism with him was he doesn't like create enough from open play. But like yesterday, he almost got 2 assists from open play. So
It was a good game for him. He almost got 2. I don't know how Leno saved it. I was mad at Leno saving it.
That was a
because I want to see Lukaku get 2 goals on his opening day. That'd been beautiful.
He could have yesterday, but that was
easily. He could have got a hat-trick if Kai Havertz as well left it, but
I don't think we've actually ever had a bad game against Liverpool.
Can I just say this real quick?
That happens as well. Like, you can't blame Havertz for trying to score. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. But I'm saying Lukaku probably would have put that away. I'm not blaming heavily on Havertz.
Yeah, no, facts. He would have. But I can't blame Havertz for wanting to score. That's what I want him to do.
No, yeah.
Can I just say this real quick? Yeah, for all the man in there. I called this before. Give Reece James an actual striker, and he bags assists, fam. And you're starting to see it, bro. I said that was good on bare channels, bro. On bare channels, man. I said that. One time people trying to tell me about, this and that. Mason Mount as well, man. Mason Mount will get more assists as well. Kai Havertz will get more assists as well.
Yeah.
Empty will.
Fitness is the process, Kazi. They will get better. He will get better, Mason Mount.
You know what I loved about Lukaku last night? Last night was literally him winning every head in the air. I was so happy, someone actually can play, just knock it across every time. It's just really good to see.
And the thing,
here's what Lukaku. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say the thing is as well with Reece James and whoever's playing that right wing back and left wing back, I think they're going to get more goals as well this season. We saw with the Reece James's goal, because of the fact Lukaku's got 2 men around him. Whoever's playing either right forward or left forward is dragging the right and left back in. So it's just creating so much space. Like Reece James's goal, he had literally the entire Arsenal's left-hand side to run at.
Several times throughout the whole game, he had that space.
His assist was the same, wasn't it? Where he got so much space down that right-hand side.
I mean, Liverpool can leave him. Liverpool can leave him 1-on-1 against Joel Matip or Virgil van Dijk, but it's not going to work because he's definitely going to beat out Matip. Van Dijk, I'm not too sure about, but I think if he does it to Van Dijk, they're in serious trouble, especially with their bombing fullbacks. We'll just get him behind every time.
David, Van Dijk just came back from injury. If I was Lukaku, I'd test him.
Not gonna lie.
I'm saying, I want to see what it's like.
I'm not gonna lie.
I saw Lukaku doing it to Chiellini, and none of these guys are tougher than him. So
Chiellini on the ground.
So that's not something I'm really worried about. But tactically, what Lukaku gives us is amazing because he gives us so many options. Like the last game, maybe he's not gonna have this many, but the last game he had 22 receivers of the ball, close to their 18-yard box, right? And that's, to me, that's like, because when he receives the ball in that way, it draws players in, it gives us so many options, and it gets us up the field fast.
Can I say
like
this?
when Jorginho or Kovacic have the ball and they're not sure what to do with it, just pass it to them. You know what I mean? Like that, it changes our scope completely.
It really does. It really does.
He had 8 shots.
It was called you see the space. You see this whole space thing about us. People say that Lukaku can't create space because he doesn't have the movement of a Werner type man. Guess what, man? Today proved it, man. I'm telling you right now, Liverpool, the bombing fullbacks and Lukaku centralizing himself in the middle, occupying 2 centre backs. I see that being major damage, man. Major damage.
Yeah, exactly.
For the channels, man. Major damage.
I feel like we actually have a higher chance of scoring against Liverpool and City than a West Ham, more goals.
Well, it's because with the City and Liverpool's, we never had a problem scoring against them last season because of how open they were. It was always the low blocks, and now we've got the perfect guy to counter-attack those low blocks, the perfect guy. And so theoretically, we should still be able to be scoring against Liverpool, against City, against who else sort of plays Brighton. I know they're not a massive team, but they still come out and play. But these sort of teams that are going to try and match us, we should still be able to score.
Leeds, I'm going to love that day. Leeds.
Oh, Leeds. Oh my god! Lukaku against Leeds.
Wait, you're mute, Lewis.
He said Leno's save reminded me of Czech 2004-6. It was a really good save, to be
It was
honest.
a great save.
But we know him as a good shot stopper anyway. It's his decision making that always seems to let him down. Dinesh also says fitness is in process. Chelsea will get better. I would quietly say, like, the stuff that Jester's said, I wouldn't dismiss it. Obviously, I am happy with the way that we played, and I think we dominated Arsenal from first minute to last, but that's nowhere near what Thomas Tuchel wanted from Chelsea. So if we face Liverpool on Saturday and we don't get the result that we want, like, I'd take a look at what Jesters was saying in the stream, because there might be a few things that you might want to pick up on, because I don't think...
You know what, though?
He said he might have been a bit harsh in the way that he delivered it, but I think he still made some decent points.
Tuchel did say, though, that we had really intensive like trainings during the week. He did say that after the game. He said that we lacked intensity because the training was like really hard.
I think that's what's going to happen at the start, though.
Throughout the match, but also the game was won in 30 minutes.
I'll say as well, like, this is my last point, so I jump to work, but the games against, and this isn't a shot Arsenal, but where Arsenal are at the minute, and the same with Palace and whatnot, they're not the games. If we play a little bit poorly and still get a win, I'm fine. It's the games against Liverpool, City, United. If we play poorly and just about scrape a win, those are going to be the games where I'm more critical, because those, you can't keep doing that. You can't just scrape results against those sorts of teams all the time. Sooner or later, it catches up with you. And in the Champions League as well, when we face those sorts of teams, I know we won it last year, but if we face those sort of teams and we're still having issues, those will be the games I want to see an improvement. Like when we're facing Brentfords and Norwiches and Watfords and Newcastles, I don't care if we're a little bit poor and we win, because at the end of the day, like the disparity with the two teams, like we're able to do that. It's the bigger teams where the disparity is a lot smaller, where we won't be able to win if we make mistakes.
Yeah, I actually have one worry right now. Like the whole Alonso and Chilwell. Like, are we just gonna play Chilwell straight in that Liverpool game? Like he hasn't had any minute at all.
Probably not.
It is a little bit concerning, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I don't see why not.
But we do need someone like Chilwell.
Yeah, we definitely can't play Alonso.
Alonso can't
I haven't
play.
seen Chilwell for the past 2 games. I reckon like maybe they're gonna save Chilwell for the Aston Villa game. I don't think it will start Saturday.
Yo, Salah against Alonso.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Like, that's impossible.
I'm not sure.
So, in all fairness, all of you want Chilwell into Alonso for Saturday, right?
Yeah.
No, Chris. What I'm saying is like what Thomas Tuchel will do, not that
whoever starts, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm very critical of Alonso. I think he has a lot of faults in his game, but when he's on form and he's playing well, I'm not gonna be mad at him for playing the next game. You know, till he does what he usually does, and then he has to be dropped. But for now, he's been playing really, really well. Like the last 3 games, excellent. So if he starts, I think he deserves to start.
Yeah, if he starts, it's calm, but I don't think he'll start because that's the same reason Tuchel played Reece at right centre back against Man City? Because of pace, right? So
Leicester. It was Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester. So I don't think he's gonna play Alonso just for that reason.
Yeah, Alonso shouldn't start this. I'm actually not a question, to be honest, because based on his recent form, does he get dropped for this game? Because he played really well.
Past 3 games, he looks good.
That's the thing.
He does, but attacking wise.
Yeah, but I don't want us to start criticizing him when like he gets completely outdone by Salah. You get because that
I just expect him to be a liability.
That will 100% happen.
Because he is who he is. He might get dropped because Pulisic got dropped even though he scored.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
but Pulisic I didn't think had the greatest game against Palace either.
But Tuchel doesn't pick people based on their form.
Fair. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't.
He chooses the best team for the game. So I don't see how Alonso would. I think Chilwell.
Are we gonna attack against Liverpool? Or are we sitting back?
Chilwell has to start.
Are we gonna?
Wait. Are we gonna?
I mean, but if we're counter-attacking, Alonso can still be useful.
Oh no! But you don't want him going too far forward.
Just go. He can go hang. All the space Reece had, he can have it.
But the thing is though, with Chilwell, because he didn't get a preseason and he only played.
That's the thing.
One behind closed door friendly. Do you want to throw him in against Salah?
That's the thing. But I have to, yeah.
So if Alonso,
that's my concern, Prime.
And if my grandma Alonso, bro, I'm alright, man. He can stay at home, man. Please.
No. I he's probably a better option against than Alonso. Fine, but I don't know. My thing is just I don't know if Chilwell's match fit.
Do you think Alonso in form is better than an unmatched fit Chilwell?
Defensively,
It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about who is the best person to go up against Mo Salah. The answer is Ben Chilwell.
Easily. But if Chilwell isn't match fit or fit,
still
then
better than Marcus Alonso. Still better than Alonso.
Salah, that's what I'm saying. Do we think he's still better? Not match fit. Not you know what I mean? Like in the flow of the game.
I think it's all dependent on training as well. Like
we don't know how he comes back.
Against Mo Salah, yes.
Yeah, the one thing
guys remember this. He also hasn't played. He didn't play all throughout the Euros. He hasn't played since last season.
Against Mo Salah, yes.
Yes.
If it was anybody else,
I hear you, but nah.
I'd say no. But Mo Salah's
the only game he's played is the behind the closed door one against Weymouth.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think that was like an hour or something. So
trust me, man.
I don't know. I think fitness matters, man. Last time he came back when he wasn't 100%, he got injured.
Yeah,
I reckon he's still in shape and
he's
fit
gonna come
because
back
Tuchel...
and Salah will burn him like twice, and he'll pick up like a groin or something or a hamstring injury.
Man, you're going to be watching Alonso gets burned like 20 times, man, and again.
No, you won't, because what's going to end up happening is Tuchel's going to have Mount help him. you know that's what's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, he's going to make adjustments like that.
But whether it's Mount or Chilwell, or whether it's Alonso or Chilwell, Mount is still going to have to help out anyway.
Exactly.
But you see, the one thing you can't defend against is speed. You can't defend against speed, so we have to play Chilwell.
Exactly, man. Like speed, man. Come on now, man. The way how Pepe spun Alonso in that first half here had me scared, man. Like Alonso just ran through this guy, man, trying to hold on to him. Like I'm sorry, man. Mo Salah's different gravy.
But whenever we've beaten Liverpool, Rudiger has been the one who stopped Salah.
Yeah, but I want Ben Chilwell just to help him out, man. Just help him out, man.
Big up, Sammy.
To be fair, unless we tell Rudiger to really keep an eye on
Big up, Sammy.
Salah from that left side, then we could play Alonso, but that's a risk.
Alex,
yo guys, I'm just gonna dip. I just wanted to let you know, yeah.
Yeah, big up yourself. We're leaving.
Love.
Alex, DM me on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll sort that out, man. No worries. Literally, just DM me and just let me know it's you, and yeah, we'll get you on. No worries, man. Anyone got any other final thoughts so we wrap up the stream? Because this has been
Romelu Lukaku.
Come on, G. Anyone else? Anyone got anything else?
Better than calling him R9.
Hey, no. You need to. Anyone calling him R9, please stop, bro. It's been like you were calling him R9 before he even played. Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean? It's too late.
It's no. I'm saying it's too early. Like, too early. It was too early.
No, we're just running with
Lukaku has a Scudetto. Where's Ronaldo's?
Oh my god,
that is so true.
Where's Lukaku's World Cup?
Try and stop it, try.
Yeah. Hear that.
Or are we gonna say Roberto Martinez tax?
Nah.
I know. Yeah, we are gonna say Roberto Martinez tax. Actually,
it'll be interesting to see what he's like against Liverpool, because obviously I still have my doubts over the fee and so on. But if he plays like that every week, then yeah, that fee's gonna become very minimal very fast. So
I see a Werner hat trick.
Oh, somebody.
You think Werner's gonna start?
Yeah. I think Werner. I think he's gonna go Werner, Lukaku, Mount.
Yeah, and Havertz comes off the bench
because they're playing Haaland, David. Sorry,
that's the only way they play.
Is Lukaku better than Haaland?
Right now, yes.
No,
he's more complete, so yeah, he is. Haaland can
But-
actually be like kept out of a game, like we've seen that already. But I don't think you can actually keep Lukaku out of the game.
I think that's recency bias, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
But David, I think they're going a lot off, and maybe it's also due to the fact that you've watched Haaland a lot and you don't watch much of Lukaku. But a lot of people are going off Haaland's potential, what he can be. Like right now, as of right now, he's not better than Lukaku.
No way.
I'd argue against that personally.
Oh, well, that is fair enough then.
Again, the one thing that everyone says is like, oh yeah, Haaland can't pass, but like his link-up play is really bad, and I'm just there like,
Okay. Just
people say the same thing about. But David, people say
it's
the
just
same
a
thing about
maturity
Lukaku.
thing.
People say
That's all it
literally
is.
the same thing about
Not
Lukaku.
People say that's his main strength. Linking up players, Lukaku's one of his main strengths.
No, but people say people say Lukaku doesn't have a first touch and stuff like that, and
that's a lie.
So and he's good at that. So they
I
both have.
Listen, it's just right now. I'll just say it's an experience thing. An experience counts for a whole lot. Like all the top teams, all their strikers, all the top teams that actually win, all their strikers are really, really experienced. All of them. And I think when you kind of need that kind of experience to play as a striker at the highest level. Not saying Haaland, can get there, but it's going to take him a couple years having to play for a club like Chelsea to be able to handle it. I think personally, because I haven't seen any young striker yet do it really.
I just hope we don't draw Dortmund in the Champions League because that's
I kind of want us to.
I really don't.
I feel we will put the beat on them. It'll be disgusting.
David, if Rudiger and Christensen are as world class as people say, Haaland's no problem.
They're not world class, though, are they?
No, I know. I'm just. But that's what people say.
Anyone.
Listen. Do you guys think he's better than Benzema? I just want to get an understanding.
Who? What? Haaland?
Yeah.
I watch Real Madrid a lot, and Benzema misses a lot of chances as well.
And about that,
I'd say yes. He is actually.
Then no, I don't think.
It depends what you're asking for, because I don't think Benzema's an all-out 9 like Haaland.
I just think as a center forward, like whatever they bring as center forwards, who do you think?
But you're asking they're completely different, completely different.
I understand that.
Haaland is asked to be the absolute point man. They've got enough creators around him that he doesn't have to do what Benzema does.
Benzema was asked to do that 2 seasons ago, though.
But he doesn't.
Ronaldo left and Hazard wasn't playing. He had to do everything, score the goals and create.
Last season, he got 23 and 9 in the league, that's in a 38 game season, and
that's in a poor team though.
It's not compared to Borussia Dortmund. You can't use that excuse. Let me put it like this: in 2,500 minutes, Haaland got 33 goals and assists, and in 2,900 minutes, Benzema got 32 goals and assists. I think if you give Haaland a 38 game season and he plays 34 games, he beats out Benzema. Personally.
Yeah, a 38 game season at Real Madrid at the highest level with the highest pressure. I don't know. I don't know. I have to see it.
Also, bear in mind, last season, Haaland had a very unstable club as well, because Dortmund lost their manager halfway through the season. Then they brought in a complete novice. You're talking about Arteta.
No, he's a gunman. He's a gunman. I'm not disputing that. But Benzema, on the highest of levels, we've seen him do it.
David, Real Madrid aren't in a mess.
That's what I'm saying. A poor club, their team is not good.
But their team is not as bad as Borussia Dortmund's is.
They're actually not in a mess, though. They finished second in the league, and they.
They're not in a mess because
Real Madrid have a worse team than Borussia.
No, they have a better team. They have a better team, but it's not.
You're bugging.
Dortmund's team, in comparison to their league, isn't bad. It's much better than most teams.
Guys, I can't lie. I'm gonna end.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I got a dip. Big up everyone that's locked in. As always, smash the like and subscribe button. We'll leave you with a photo of Arsenal getting packed as per usual. Big up everyone. Smash the like and subscribe button. And as always, fuck Arsenal.
Salute.
Up the Chelsea.